Raider's Edge at 1207 North Jackson in Altus, a family-owned business since 1967 with over 100 years of experience. Offering men's haircuts and shaves, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 in the morning till 6 in the evening. From just a simple old-fashioned barbershop haircut to the newest styles. Drop in today. The Raider's Edge at 1207 North Jackson in Altus, Oklahoma. Get a haircut.
For over 3 decades, the law office of Latham, Nelson, Martin, and Kincannon has been known as a small-town firm with a big city practice. Recognized in the Oklahoma Association of Justice magazine as movers and shakers in the courtroom, the firm has recovered millions of dollars for their clients with injury and bad faith insurance claims. The firm practice also includes probate, real estate, divorce, adoption, bankruptcy, and general civil and criminal litigation. Put the skill and experience of the attorneys at Latham, Nelson, Martin, and Kincannon to work for you. Offices in Altus, Mangum, and Lawton, Oklahoma.
For more than just a job? Bar S Foods offers a career with a competitive starting wage, opportunity for advancement, life and health insurance, including medical, dental, and vision, as well as 401k retirement plan. At Bar S, you can be proud of a company that gives back to the community. But most of all, you can take pride from making a quality product. Bar S Foods, the food America likes to eat. So come be a part of a winning team and start your path to success today.
Sparklight brings high-speed internet to the greatest town on earth. Yours. Where your life story is written on every street corner. At Sparklight, it's where we call home too. So the place you're most connected to is the place where you're connected to the world. The place that means everything is the place you can do anything. Sparklight, high-speed internet comes home.
This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Purchase highlights and complete games from this broadcast by visiting oksportsnet.com.
over that, and when I tightened the straps, it did that. So it's my fault. He's on it.
Good evening and welcome to the Oklahoma Sports Network. This is the Altus Bulldogs pregame show brought to you by Fusion Fitness. Yeah, we were just talking with Vice Principal Mitch McLaughlin. He was telling us how he would like to be on camera, and they got his best side. Yeah. The back side.
Well, and from what I understand, he didn't do anything this week, so he's just ready to hang out.
Yes, sir. Hey, we have got a good one for you tonight, guys. The Altus Bulldogs are hosting the Cash Bulldogs, and, man, it is going to be a good matchup, Brian. I can tell you that both teams had excellent games. Well, we had a good game on defense, but that El Reno and Cash game, I went back and watched it. Did you watch it?
I did, and I checked up. I've got some things I want to talk about tonight as we do our picks tonight because that was a heck of a ball game. And we talked about it. We knew that it was going into overtime. We knew there were some things about it that seemed pretty exciting. There's even more information when you look a little bit behind the scenes. So, yeah, that was a great ball game.
Kevin, what are your thoughts about last week's game?
I think we did very well as far as defensively goes. I think we got some areas that we need to improve on. But, I mean, every week we just need to work on getting better as far as offensively, get better on the blocking, get better with the quarterback play. It's all going to come together. We just got to keep working. Yeah,
most definitely. Like we talked about, the Altus Bulldogs did suffer a tough loss there versus Chickasha and the Fighting Chicks. But, you know, the one shining spot, guys, was the 6 turnovers. 6 turnovers that were created by our defense, and that's a positive to go off of.
Well, and the only shortcoming last week was not being able to fully take advantage of those turnovers, right?
Yeah.
So kudos to the defense and special teams for causing those turnovers. Now we got to work on the offense, punching it in, taking advantage of that extra possession. And so I think you'll see some things tonight we said it. We said it in the pregame. We said it before the kickoff. We talked about it all through the game. This is a team that's going to continue to mature throughout the season, and I think you'll see that tonight. They're a week older. They've had another week of coaching. They've had another week of opportunities to learn, and I think you're going to see that tonight. You're going to see some improvement on the field tonight.
Yes. So we did see some standout plays from some seniors that had stepped up. Jace James, who was our senior spotlight at the coaches show this past Wednesday, had a great game. Again, Cody Rothschild, player of the week last week. Kevin, who else did you see that stood out last week?
I'm going to have to go. I think Nick Sanchez did a really good job at quarterback. He was running for his life most of the time, but he did a really good job. And to be honest with you, I was proud of the way he played. He did.
He's an electrifying player.
Well, and for me this week, last week we talked a lot about the senior leadership. We highlighted some of those players that had been in the program for a long time. I think the theme of this week is going to be young players. Yeah. I think you're going to see some of those guys get some time tonight. I think you're going to get really excited about the young talent that you're going to see on this team, and so I think we're going to see a lot of that tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be good. There are going to be some new faces out there on the offense and defensive side, but we talked about that last week during the game that, nothing is really set because there's going to be a lot of folks coming in and out. But like you talked about, young team and, lots of young talent on that team. Actually, it was the underclassmen that ended up scoring on that defensive touchdown as well.
Absolutely. Got us on the board with a defensive touchdown, and then the offense punches one in there at the end of the ball game. And that's what we talked about, right? That's the thing that's so exciting about this team. We talked about tenacity. We talked about not giving up. That's what has been the hallmark of Bulldog football for decades. Yep. And this team showed you that last week when all the chips were down, and they still didn't give up. And that's what I think you're going to see from this team all season. Yeah. But I think you're definitely going to see it tonight. You're going to see that fight is just as strong, and I think you're going to be surprised by some of the things you see tonight.
Yeah, and Kevin, you're on the sideline, man. So what are some things that just stood out to you that you're like, yeah, this is going to be good from this week on. This is what we can build on?
Defense, most definitely defense. Like we've talked about numerous times, is the 6 turnovers. Yeah. once we're able to capitalize on some of those things, it's going to make a big difference, and it's also going to raise morale a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're able to get a turnover and really take it right back down and score, I mean, those are big. That's big time football. I mean, that's going to make a big difference in the way they think. I think tonight, what you're going to see, I'm kind of looking at J.T. Leha to be a difference maker tonight. I see him as a guy that he's a leader. He's always got his head up, and I see him coming out and really making a difference in this game tonight.
Yeah, and we talked about JT last week, man. There's a couple of seniors, number 44, Lathan Patterson, that he's going to be in on a lot of tackles, number 66, Jace James, like we talked about. But most definitely, the guy captaining that defensive line and offensive line is going to be JT Leha. So look forward to that, man. Again, let's talk about Cash and Altus. Man, talk about building a rivalry last year.
Yeah.
They brought it.
How about a rivalry that just automatically appears, right? Like it's just one of those things where I think for a lot of Bulldog fans, the Cash team caught us off guard last year, and so now you got a whole bunch of guys that want to get some revenge.
Yep.
They want to come out here and show what Altus football is all about, and so that's going to be what tonight is all about. As you said it already, redemption. Right? They've got something to prove on their home field against a Cash team that I'm really high on El Reno. We'll talk about them here in just a minute. I've been high on El Reno all season, all preseason. Cash went up there and gave them everything they wanted. And so this is a good Cash team that comes in. We talked about it, right? No rest for the weary, right? We start out with Chickasha, which is a great 4A team. Now we go right to Cash. And these guys, they have a lot of returning starters. They have a lot of talent on that team. They made a deep run last season, and they've got a lot of those pieces back to do it again. And so this is every bit as good, if not better, Cash team than what we saw last season. So and then they're catching Altus in a year where, like we've said, there's a lot of things we're working on. So it's going to be interesting.
Yeah, they're better than they were last
year.
Yes, they are.
The film. They are big and strong and fast up front.
Yeah.
They really impressed me up front. What they were able to do with El Reno. They could run pretty much anything they wanted to run against El Reno. I think you take away that last play of the game.
Yeah.
I think Cash may come back and win that game.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
I think it was that good of a game, and I think this team is that good.
And what excites me about Cash, because they are a Oklahoma Sports Network partner as well. They're one of our schools. But man, that class 4A. You got Weatherford, you got Cash, you got Chickasha, Tuttle. Man, that's going to be exciting.
You got a Blanchard team that we're going to talk about.
Yeah, we're
later
talking
tonight.
about Blanchard
That's
later.
not bad. I mean, there's some great football going to be played in 4A.
Yeah, most definitely. And so it starts right now. So, ladies and gentlemen, you are going to catch yourself a good one as the Altus Bulldogs take on the Cash Bulldogs. Let's talk about a little bit. You watched some film on them. We talked about a lot of returning players for Cash. We know that Altus has got just a few of seniors that are returning, but lots of young talent, like you said, that are going to touch the ball, going to make a difference. But Cash, oh my goodness, Cash, bring him. I mean, I can think of two off the top of my head. Their quarterback and number 2, Cannell. Oh my goodness, electric.
I would agree with that, but what gets them started is up front.
Yeah, you talked about that.
I've kind of already mentioned that, but 55, 57, and 74, those three guys right in the middle, they are big.
Yeah.
And you would be surprised how good they run.
Yeah.
They're able to get upfield, get to the second level, and they remind me a lot of kind of how we in 2015, how our offensive line, they're able to chip and get to the second level. They're really good at that. So
really athletic.
We're going to have to keep those guys off of our linebackers to be able to play with them tonight.
Exactly.
Well, and to an extent, it's the opposite conversation about what we had about the Bulldogs last week, right? So what were we saying last week with our offensive line? We were saying, man, our backs, our quarterbacks, our skill players are having to make a move in the backfield because they've already got guys in their face.
Yeah.
And just like Kevin talked about, with this Cash offensive line, they're not only blocking the guys up front, but they're going to that second level. And so now you're giving those skill players even more space to work, which completely changes what they're able to do when they get the ball in their hands. And so so that's, I think you're exactly right with any football team. And we say it all the time, right? Yeah. It's not the thing that people want to talk about. Everybody wants to talk about the skill players. Yeah. But in reality, what's done in the trenches is what makes a great football team instead of a good one.
We have an ex-O lineman here that he will go to the grave telling you that, hey, if that line isn't doing his job, then nothing else is going to happen. He'll kind of
fight you over it.
He will. Like, he got mad last week when I was like, hey, look at Jace playing linebacker and offensive lineman. He was like, well, wait, I used to do that too. Yeah, well, okay.
He's still kind of mean. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah, so awesome, man. I can't talk enough about it. We could sit here for an hour and talk about this matchup tonight. But you know what? You're going to get to watch it live, whether you're here at the Rock Present or you're watching via a Roku app or a Fire Stick or Apple TV or on any of your devices, or if you're watching online, www.oksportsnet.com. It's going to be a good one tonight. We'll be streaming on 2 channels, the Altus channel and the Cash channel.
Absolutely. And we talked about this in the preview show a couple of weeks ago. The best football in the state of Oklahoma is played on OSN. Let's just be honest. There's 12 OSN schools right now, some of the best teams in the state. A lot of those are 5A teams. Yep. And guess what? New rankings came out this week. The top 5 teams in 5A in the state of Oklahoma are all on the west side of the state. Yeah. Every single one of them.
Yeah. You know it.
Every year we talk about how the East sort of dominates football and high school football in Oklahoma. Not this year.
Nope.
The west side of the state is going to win a championship this year.
All right. Well, as we get set to talk with our Teacher of the Week, I do need some help. Can I get like 3 cheerleaders down there? I need 3 cheerleaders. Come here. 3 of you. Come on. Let's go. I need some help. If not, I'm going to get the principal to go out there and get you.
Time.
Come on now. We got some fun. We are going to give away some T-shirts, some coupons from Chicken Express, one of our sponsors.
Abby Bean, where are you?
Yeah, come on down. Come on down and help us out here as we get set to talk with our Teacher of the Week. And we're just going to give her the mic and let her talk for about 5 minutes. No questions asked, just you. All right? Here, will you do me a favor? Take those out and just throw them out amongst the crowd for me if you would. Thank you. And then hand these out. All right, don't give them to your friends. Give them to spread the love around, okay? All right.
There we go.
There we go.
Listen, I love Chicken Express. I appreciate the gift of the shirts to give out. I just have one issue.
Anyone you want.
The shirts are red and black.
Yeah.
I got a problem with that.
Yeah,
that's my only issue. Other than that, everything's great. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Chicken Express.
All right, well, if Teacher of the Week would come sit down here, and I'm going to let her introduce herself. This is the Altus High School Teacher of the Week. As you can tell, she's got the Bulldog jersey on, number one on the jersey and number 1 in the students' hearts this week. All right, so I'm going to give you the mic. Just introduce yourself. Say, hey, my name is Miss So-and-so, and I teach such and such.
Hi, I am Miss Green. I am the psychology teacher here at the school.
At the high school?
Yes,
at the high school. There you go. All right, Miss Green, we talked a little bit today during the pep rally, and again, for the millions watching online, okay, and those that are here, just let us know what it feels like to be voted as the Teacher of the Week and how that makes you feel.
It makes me feel really good. As a new incoming teacher, it was a big struggle trying to make sure I did well, and having these students show me that I'm doing well meant a lot to be welcomed into this Bulldog family.
Go ahead, Brian.
I was going to say, I have a request. Since you're the psychology teacher, could you do an analysis of this team, of the 3 of us, and just kind of let us know what we need to work on? Is that?
If I was licensed, I would really let you know.
Well,
okay, good.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Just kidding. Well, Miss Green, what we like to do here is we go throughout the state and pick out some of the games that stick out most to us, all right? And I know I talked to you during the pep rally. You said, I've done my homework. I know these teams in and out. Brian comes out here with the book. She said, I don't need a book. I've got it all right here. Me and Kevin, we just like to pick opposite of Brian.
That's right.
Because it makes him upset.
They just like to stir me up. That's what it is.
Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll talk about it a little bit, and then I'll come to you, and I'll ask who you're picking in the matchups that we're going. Okay, so first matchup for Week 1, 5A games to pick. And we've got El Reno versus Piedmont. Brian, go ahead. I know you've got some info for us.
Okay, so Piedmont comes in. This is their first game of the season tonight. They're number 5 by Max Preps, number 4 by Squirtle. El Reno wins a close one over Cash last week. I know you guys watched the film. There's a little bit more to that story, right? We talked about this a little bit. So El Reno's up 3 touchdowns midway through the third, and Dorian Plumlee, a player that I'm really high on, gets hurt. Goes and sits down for a couple series, and so then Cash makes a run, comes back, ties it up at the very end of the ball game. They come out in overtime. Plumlee leads them to a touchdown on their first scoring drive, and then the El Reno defense picks off Cash on their first series to seal the ball game 42-35. I'm telling you, this is a head versus heart sort of argument that I've got going on for me right now, but I'll tell you right now, I think it's Plumlee's offense, Mikey Devereaux's defense. I'm going to go El Reno over Piedmont tonight, and that's a hard one for me.
All right, Kevin, real quick.
I'm going Piedmont.
All right, Kevin's going Piedmont. I'm going Piedmont. Who do you got?
Not Piedmont.
Yeah, she's with me.
All right, okay, we've got to go. We've been ushered off the field, so the last one you get to pick. Altus versus Cash. Who you got?
Cashew.
All right, we will end with that. Thank you for joining the Oklahoma Sports Network Altus Bulldog pregame show brought to you by Fusion Fitness. We kick off here in about a few minutes. Hope to see you.
The Raiders Edge at 1207 North Jackson in Altus, a family-owned business since 1967 with over 100 years of experience. Offering men's haircuts and shaves, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 in the morning till 6 in the evening. From just a simple old-fashioned barbershop haircut to the newest styles. Drop in today. The Raiders Edge at 1207 North Jackson in Altus, Oklahoma. Get a haircut.
For over 3 decades, the law office of Latham Nelson, Martin, and Kincannon has been known as a small-town firm with a big city practice. Recognized in the Oklahoma Association of Justice magazine as movers and shakers in the courtroom, the firm has recovered millions of dollars for their clients with injury and bad faith insurance claims. The firm practice also includes probate, real estate, divorce, adoption, bankruptcy, and general civil and criminal litigation. Put the skill and experience of the attorneys at Latham Nelson, Martin, and Kincannon to work for you. Offices in Altus, Mangum, and Lawton, Oklahoma.
Are you looking for more than just a job? Barres Foods offers a career with a competitive starting wage, opportunity for advancement, life and health insurance, including medical, dental, and vision, as well as 401k retirement plan. At Barres, you can be proud of a company that gives back to the community. But most of all, you can take pride from making a quality product. Barres Foods, the food America likes to eat. So come be a part of a winning team and start your path to success today.
Sparklight brings high-speed internet to the greatest town on earth. Yours. Where your life story is written on every street corner. At Sparklight, it's where we call home too. So the place you're most connected to is the place where you're connected to the world. The place that means everything is the place you can do anything. Sparklight, high-speed internet comes home.
It's a calling that's kept us free. It's a place to belong. What's the calling? It's doing a job that makes a difference. Serving your community and your country. It's part-time service where the impact is full-time. What's your calling? Air Force Reserve.
Looking to replace that stove, refrigerator, dishwasher, or microwave? Look no further than Moco Appliances and Lighting at 3100 North Park Lane in Altus. Moco is the first choice for contractors and should be your first choice as well. Plus, see Moco for all your lighting needs, from fixtures to ceiling fans. Let Ricky Kevin take care of all your electrical, mechanical, and HVAC material needs. They are your one-stop shop, Moco Electric, at 3100 North Park Lane in Altus.
Good evening and welcome to the Oklahoma Sports Network. You're watching Bulldog Football here live in Altus, Oklahoma from the Rock Hightower Memorial Stadium as the Altus Bulldogs are taking on the Cash Bulldogs. Here we are set and ready to go. And we're going to do our starting lineups here real quick. And our starting lineups are brought to you by Val's. It's about time. So, as we get set, let me find my paperwork here, guys. We're good. Starting lineups brought to you by Val's Restaurant, 800 North Main. We had to run up here, Brian. Yeah. Casual dining at its best. And so starting lineups for the Altus Bulldogs on defense doesn't change much with defensive tackle Tyler Reyes, number 77. Nose guard JT Leha, number 78. Defensive tackle, Solo Arrington, Solomon Arrington, number 65. And senior linebacker Lathan Patterson, number 44. Linebacker Gray Winsett, who's a freshman.
Yes, sir.
Number 50. Linebacker Damian Maldonado, number 82. And the senior, the man I call him, linebacker Jace James, number 66. Corner is going to be Nick Sanchez. Other corner going to be retro, Jeremy Dixon, number 2. And starting at free safety will be Cody Rothschild, number 7. The other safety, Kyle Freilich, number 34. On offense, got a little bit of change here. Left tackle is going to be J.T. Leha, number 78. Left guard, Hernan Rosas, number 60. Center, Derek Beebe, number 51. Right guard, Lane Pearl, number 79. Right tackle, Jace James, number 66. Wide receiver, Damian Maldonado, number 82. Wide receiver, Kyle Freilich, number 34. Slot, Nick Sanchez, number 5. Slot, Michael Delgado, number 14. And running back Tucker Taft. You'll see Nick Sanchez pretty much all over the field. And starting at quarterback this week, well, you may see a difference, okay, Brian?
Yeah.
We're going to see a little bit of Bryce Kalla, number 5, and Cody Rothschild may even be in there and do some quarterbacking as well. So your kicker is Mr. Victor Velasquez, number 18. Punter Alan Chavez, number 11. And for the Cash Bulldogs, let's see, we got here on defense, they got Tyler Brinsfield, nose guard Alden Konerman. Defensive ends are Jalen Nito, Mike linebacker Antonio Austin, Will linebacker Brady Wise, Sam linebacker Hunter Tate, free safety Reed Lyon, ghost safety Luke Edmondson, corners George Harper and Chris Thomas, and the other defensive end is Kenneth Wormy. On offense, center Alden Konerman, left guard Jeffrey Pattyacre, okay, left tackle William, how are we going to say that? Ketone. All right. And right guard, Deverick Turner. Right tackle, Aiden Robinson. Tight end, Jalen Nito. Receivers, let's see. They got two receivers. Going to be Reed Lyon, Hunter Tate. And they've got 2 backs and a fullback, George Harper. Cannell Daniels, we talked about in the pregame show. And fullback, Andrew Toms. And quarterback, Hunter Glenn. So that is your Cash Bulldogs starting lineup and the Altus Bulldogs starting lineup. And so we've talked about it, Brian. We talked about it down in the pregame. The guys to look for, my 3 that I picked out for Altus, of course, is going to be Nick Sanchez. He's electric. They're trying to get him the ball. Number 6, Bryce Kalla. Yeah. Guy's got a rocket for an arm. Baseball player, very accurate. I got to see some of him. He played in the JV game a little bit. I was impressed. He's good, smart. So. And then, of course, your player of the week last week, Cody Rothschild, who just had a heck of a game there on defense. And on the Cash side, again, they're 2 tailbacks, Cannell Daniels, number 2, number 8, George Harper, and their quarterback, Hunter Glenn. what are you seeing offensive-wise and defensive-wise that sticks out to you?
Well, I can't disagree with any of those from you on the players to watch tonight. And I'll tell you, for me, and we talked about it a little bit in the pregame, to me tonight it's going to be a lot about watching the young talent for the Bulldogs and seeing what they bring to the table. You're going to see some of the especially in the receiver core. You're going to see a lot of those young guys get a lot of playing time tonight, including guys like Jace Helton. That just have these amazing hands. They've got the speed. They've got the size. Jace is a special kid, just in his reach and his athletic ability. This is a basketball player that can do anything you want him to do on the basketball court. You put him out there on the edge, he's got the speed to get ahead of those guys and beat the coverage, and then he's got the hands to bring it in. So I'm telling you right now that this young receiver core for the Bulldogs, if we can give whoever's at quarterback time to throw the football, then this young receiver core is going to really test the secondary of the Cash Bulldogs.
Yeah, most definitely. We've got a handful for us here, and we've got Cash, look at the size over there, guys. Those are grown men. We need to check their birth certificates because they've got a couple big boys out there. Man, it's going to be a fight. We talked about it in the pregame. It's going to be one in the trenches, man.
Absolutely. It starts with that line. Kevin talked about that. I don't want to steal his thunder, but Kevin talked about that so much. The offensive line for Cash is really what allowed them to do so much last week against an El Reno team that I'm high on. And so Kevin, I think that's going to be the interesting battle tonight, is watching what happens in the trenches.
I completely agree with you. Those guys also rotate in on defense, so like I said, we need them to get a little tired. That would be the big benefit for us. But, if we can control them up front and give it, 2 to 3 seconds to for those quick passes, those quick screens, bubble screens, and those kind of things, man, I think it'll make a big difference.
Yeah, and Kevin, both you and I were talking about here just before pregame kicked off. This system works, all right? Kevin, Brian, actually was witnessed to last night as the junior high, which runs the same offense, witnessed to see how it works if you just get it and get the time. The quarterback just needs the time. It's going to work. This is a matchup here because what you're going to see Cash do, guys, Cash will line up in a certain formation. They're going to run that jet sweep. They're going to keep doing that. It'll be a fake. It'll be a handoff. It'll be a keeper to the quarterback, or he'll keep it, pitch it. It is a tough. It's kind of similar to the flex that we run, but just a little more pro style.
I was going to say very system focused. That's the similarity, right? Yeah. They're very, very committed to their system, and I'll tell you right now, I don't think that what you'll see from Cash tonight is going to be all that different than what you saw from them last season, except they're just better.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
In every phase of the game, they're just better than they were last season. So I think what you saw last season is what you'll see tonight, just a better version of it.
Yeah, most definitely. And as the Altus Bulldogs just run off the field here, they gather at the end zone, the south end zone, always take a knee, say a little prayer. That's something that we've been doing here for the past, 7 years or so. Something that, I talked to countless fans that was one thing that they talked about, with the new head coach, with the new system coming in. They were like, hey, are they still going to run out and kneel there in the end zone? Of course they are. That's tradition. We're not going to change tradition.
Sure.
So, but they're set. They're ready. We're going to take a quick break here as looks like we'll have a kickoff, and I didn't get a chance to see who won, or have they even called the captains? Who is it?
Yeah, we won the toss and we're receiving.
All right, so it looks like Altus is going to receive. So we'll be back with the kickoff here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. You're watching Bulldog football here on OSN. Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. You're watching Bulldog football, and it's here, guys. Kickoff is here. Cash is set to kick off, and the Altus Bulldogs are set to receive here. We're in the first quarter. First quarter brought to you by Sparklight. Stream fast, faster, fastest. Sparklight, your connection to the world. And there's the kickoff.
There we go.
Man, that's a kickoff there.
Yeah.
And that didn't even have air on it. That was a bullet.
That's right. He's just like, I'm just going to send this one to the end zone, so we want you to start on the 20. That's just what we want to do.
So the Altus Bulldogs are going to start on the 20, and we have 12 minutes on the clock. Let's see what we can make happen here. All right. And it looks like they're going to start with Cody Rothschild at quarterback. We did talk to head coach Dan Kokenauer. He said that Cody's going to see some time. Bryce Collins going to see some time. Nick's going to be all over the field, whether it be at tailback, slot, wherever it may be. That is what's going to take place. So Cody Rothschild, second year here at Altus, coming from the state of Florida. Excuse me. This is the type of offense that he used to run back in Florida. So as the offense gets set. Oh, look, they're in a 3-point stance. Last week they were in the 2-point stance, weren't they, Kevin?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, let's see if this works for us. And a pitch out to Nick Sanchez. That's the man you want touching the ball. There it is. Yes, sir. And that's going to be a gain of, what do we got there? About 11? About 7. I got a bad angle over here. Brian needs to quit working out. I can't see through him.
Hey, great start there. That's
Absolutely. Hey, we didn't have positive yards like that until late in the second quarter last week.
Yeah. So, again, we talked about redemption, and these Bulldogs, these Altus Bulldogs, are coming out looking for it. So, Kevin, looks like that 3-point stance may be working for our linemen as well.
Coming off the ball.
Yep. All right. Cody Rothschild set. Gets Nick Sanchez set. Waiting for the snap. He's got it. He's back to pass. Looking. Gets it out to Nick. And Nick through the hands of Nick. Just a little behind him, though.
Hey, and what's different this week already, right? Incomplete passes, although you don't like them, that's not negative yards,
no,
right?
It's not. Yeah.
we get third down, we get to try it again from there, and it's third and manageable, right?
Exactly.
And that's the difference that we've seen already. We've got better protection, and we're getting the ball out of there quicker.
Yeah, 3rd and 3. This is what we like to call the Brian Bush yardage right here. He likes 3rd and short, and we were so used to just handing that thing off to a fullback. Let's see what they do this time around with the new offensive system. We got trips to the left. Rothschild. Oh, I know what that play is. Let's see if it works here. It's open if he can get it there. Rothschild looking. There it is again. Oh, and he misses it again.
Listen, he's looking directly into the sun to catch that football, and I'm not making excuses for anybody, but I'm just saying if you want to grab at him, go make that catch.
Yeah, no, it's a tough one, and then when you hear those footsteps coming as well.
That's right.
So, but
and the bad thing is he's got the speed and the moves. If he'd have been able to catch that, I think that's a first down.
It is, most definitely. So we're set to punt here. Alon Chavez, number 11. Set to punt. And, man, if there was one highlight and one bright spot in last week's game, it was the punting game, Kevin. What do you say?
I completely agree. He's got a leg. He can kick it.
Yes, he can. Kick it into the wind a little bit. We got a wind from the south a little bit. Hey, what a good punt, though. Hung up a little bit. Is he going to get a good bounce? Oh, it bounces sideways.
Doggone it.
It's all right. We know that our defense is going to come out ready to play. So, looks like the Cash Bulldogs are going to start on the, let's see where they placed it. Going to be the 45. Yep, 45-yard line. It is the first quarter. First quarter, again, brought to you by Sparklight. Stream fast, faster, fastest. Sparklight, your connection to the world. 11:04 left here in the quarter. Let's see if our defense can pick up where they start. And there's that jet sweep. We talked about it. And good blocking. Look at that. Good blocking.
There's a hold.
Yeah, let's see. Did we get a flag?
No.
Well, and the blocking is downfield as well. That's the deal. Not just at the point of contact, but as you get downfield, and that's what makes a good play a great one, right?
Yep,
like that's what stretches into those extra yards, and you're seeing it all the way down the field.
Yeah, and we talked about those big men down there on the offensive line. They're coming off. They're a big size. So let's see here. We're in the 3-4, and another jet sweep. This one to Cannell Daniels, and he's going to go untouched.
He's in
for a touchdown.
2 plays. 2 plays, a first down and a touchdown, and that's what we talked about, right?
Yep.
It starts at the offensive line with just incredible protection, no penetration, no way to get in and disrupt the play, and then it continues as you look at that downfield blocking, what their wide receivers are doing, what they're doing in the next level against our linebackers, against our defensive backs, where there's nobody there to make a play, right? Because they're all blocked, and so that's the thing where you've got to be able to fight off those blocks. You got to be able to get in his way and be able to stop him before because he's got the speed, he's got the moves, he's got the skill to make you pay if you give him the space, and certainly their blocking right now is giving him the space. And
that's what we saw there. So kick is up, and it's good. So Cash is going to go up here early on, 7-0.
Well, last week what we talked about was, the defense kept us in that ball game. We saw some turnovers. We saw some other things. We're going to need that tonight from this defense. Right now they're a little shell-shocked because they just got, they had a couple of big plays right off the bat, right? And so now you've got to make sure you adjust to that. You figure out how to get off those blocks and make something happen. And so that's what we're going to be looking for from the defense. The offense, I know it sounds like we're just, we're trying to find some, but I'm serious. When you get a 7-yard pickup on first down, and then you see what happened, and even though we didn't get the first down, didn't get a drive going, that already looks better offensively than what we saw last week. And Bulldog fans that are watching are going to know that we're serious about that. And so I think that's the kind of thing that now you adjust to that. You do what you got to do to make those catches, and otherwise you'd have picked up the first down.
Yeah, most definitely. And I mean, one thing we got to do too, Brian, is we also have to pin them deep. They came out with good field position. So if that punt could have got a little deeper or gotten a better bounce, then we would have had more field to play with. And there's another booming kick. That one not going to make it to the end zone. Retro has it. That's Dixon. He's making a cut there. He's got a little opening. He's got the speed to be dangerous, and he's going to bring it all the way up to looks like the 22, 21-yard line.
26.
Or 26, 26-yard line. Couldn't see the numbers over there.
Yeah. It's a weird angle from here.
Yeah. They just need to give us our own press box. We'll be all right.
But no, you made a great point, by the way, on the field position side of it, that that punt doesn't quite make it to the 50, so they start in positive territory anyway on that drive. So definitely changes things from a defensive standpoint.
And if you see Bryce Collins in now and hands it off to Tate, Tate's going to get wrapped up right away. And it's going to be hard to get some yards there in the middle, especially with Cash's big defensive front there.
Well, and you got to believe that a lot of that, a play like that is designed to get the defense to respect the run, to try to open up some areas in the passing.
Yeah, and that big number 57, the nose guard, Alden Konerman, man, he's a big boy. So we got here, Bryce again, trips to the left, Nick going out in motion. They're going to give it to him again, and he's going to be wrapped up.
Well, listen, we've tried a version of that play 3 times. We've been incomplete twice, and then that time Cash said, I know what's coming.
Exactly.
Right? So we're going to have to do something different because that's not going to work for us right now, at least.
Yeah, and also we got to get those receivers out there on the right side there that are setting that up. They got to get out. They got to get some space and actually create some space for Nick to do something there. So it's going to be 3rd down and about 16. With 9:40 left here in the first quarter. First quarter again brought to you by Sparklight. Stream faster, the fastest internet. Sparklight, your connection to the world. Cash Bulldogs are up 7-0, excuse me. Bryce Kala. And we have a flag. Let's see, delay a game maybe.
First one of those tonight.
Yep.
We had several of those already by this point last week.
Yeah. So again, this is what we don't want to see. We don't want to make this a trend here with the penalties. We saw lots of penalties last week, and that's what we don't want to see. So let's see if we can get something positive out of this now that it's 3rd and long. And Kala back out to throw, and he gets rocked. But he stood there in the pocket and delivered a pass. Man, it was open. Just man wasn't there yet. Slot receiver just wasn't quite there yet.
Well, and that's the timing kind of stuff, right? I mean, you're talking about new quarterback. I mean, that's all that stuff. They've worked on it this week in practice, but it's a different thing when you're going against live defense in a ball game.
Yeah. So Cash set to receive the punt. Cannell Daniels back, and it was 11 versus 10, and that's not the punt you want there.
No, and I'll tell you, he had snap was a little high, and so he had to go up and get it, and he panicked a little bit and said, I got to get this thing out of here, and credit to him for getting it out of there. But then that's what leads to a very short punt with even better field position for Cash this drive than what they had on their first drive.
They're on the 29-yard line with 9:10 left to go here in the first quarter, brought to you by Sparklight. And Cash, who scored on 2 plays, ran 2 jet sweeps, one to the left and one to the right, scored on the jet sweep to the right. That's what you're going to see a lot of. Like you said, very systematic. We talked about it. They're going to run the same thing. Quarterback's going to have the same mechanics each and every play. And if you don't pay attention, if you don't keep containment, they will get out and score on you in a hurry. So Hunter Glenn under center here. He's going to hand it, and it's going to be a dive right up the gut. And he goes, breaks tackles, and there's another quick score.
Well, and what's the difference, right? You just said it. These guys are committed to the system. They've got a quarterback that knows what he's doing, and it's going to have the same
we got a flag on the
same mechanics every time. It's against Cash, so that'll
Cash,
be coming back.
coming back. So let me erase this on my stats here. Okay, good deal.
But the point I'm making is, you see what happens there, other than the penalty, right? The result of the play. That's the difference. You've got a Cash team that knows exactly who they are and what they're about, and they've been doing this, and they got all those returning starters. They're doing the same thing they did last year, just in a better version, right? You've got an Altus team that's still figuring those things out. We've had 2 offensive series. We've had 2 different quarterbacks. Right?
Exactly.
And I'm not saying that in any way to talk bad about Altus. I'm saying we're still figuring out who we are, and so there's going to be some things like that. That's why we said last week, don't give up on this team. Be patient with this team, because there's still some things they got to work out.
They got to find the right mix, and I think on defense they're there. And it looks like Nick Sanchez has moved from corner to one of the safeties, as Cody Rothschild is in there as well. And as they move out here, and there's the jet sweep one more time. And no holding call there. And got to wrap up, guys. Got to wrap up. And did he get in?
Touchdown.
Yeah,
he
did. So 3 plays and they score.
Yeah. Well, and listen, on that one, that's way too many tackles he ran through, right? Too many arm tackles. Kevin, I mean, you're at field level. You're seeing it right there. I mean, it's just way too much room for him and running through tackles.
Linebackers got to get off a block.
Yeah, they do.
That's the. I mean, we did a good job of turning that back in, and we should have had somebody right there. So.
All right, so swinging gate here, and usually they'll just hand it off to that guy, and he's wide open, and it's going to 2-point conversion count. So now, score is 15-0. Cash Bulldogs lead the Altus Bulldogs, and with that, we are going to take a quick break. You're watching Bulldog football. We got 8:50 left here in the first quarter, brought to you by Sparklight on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. You're watching Bulldog football. That's Altus Bulldog football. The Bulldogs trail the Cash Bulldogs 15-0 here with 8:50 left in the first quarter, which is brought to you by Sparklight. Cash set to kick off. And kick is up. Another booming kick, but he's got the wind behind his back too. And, man, the kid's got a leg. And their kicker is Eli Angel.
Didn't they have a kid that got recruited pretty heavily last year that was the kicker?
Yes,
I
yes,
so.
yes, he did.
I think he went to OU or OSU.
Yeah, I believe it was the little brother.
Yeah. The little brother.
Yeah, I won't say that. I won't say that school. Sorry, I apologize.
Oh, there you go.
I'm just kidding.
You were losing me.
Yeah.
Kevin's like, what the heck are you talking about?
Yeah.
No, he did go to Oklahoma State. So Cody Rothschild back in, and
There
they get it to Nick. There it is. There's a good block and a good, nice little run by Nick Sanchez, who runs over Cannell Daniels, but good tackle by Cannell. And what's going on?
Hey, give the man a pass he can catch when he's not looking into the sun, and what happens, right?
Exactly. There you go. There you go.
So a 4-yard gain, except what do we got going on? There we go. All right, 4-yard gain on first down, right?
Yeah. So it's going to be 2nd and 6 to go. 8:27 left here in the first quarter. And, guys, we talked about it last week. The Bulldogs are never going to give up. They're going to continue fighting and biting and doing whatever they can. And they knew that this was going to be a fight from first snap to the last snap. So Cody Rothschild with doubles to the right. Is going to do a little stretch pass play. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. He's got some wheels.
Go for it.
And, hey, 1 yard is better than negative yards.
Yep. Hey, and if you're Cash right now, you're going, what the heck are we looking at, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We didn't see any of this on film last week.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what these coaches did. That you and I both knew, Kevin knew, that there were some changes that could happen tonight. Yeah. But even when they came out in warm-ups tonight, what did they do? Sanchez was at quarterback.
Yeah, exactly.
They weren't showing any of this until it was time to start the ballgame.
Yeah, and that's just the genius of head coach Dan Kokenhauer, and that's Kevin. That's years of experience right there. Showing.
I'm telling you, he's he kind of had it going there, didn't he? Had him going.
Well, and we talked to him on Wednesday during our coaches show, and he had said that he's actually going up. The defensive coordinator played for him at Southwestern, and it looks like Altus is going to take a timeout. So we'll take a timeout with them. You're watching Altus Bulldog football here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Raiders Edge at 1207 North Jackson in Altus, a family-owned business since 1967 with over 100 years of experience. Offering men's haircuts and shaves, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 in the morning till 6 in the evening. From just a simple old-fashioned barbershop haircut to the newest styles. Drop in today. The Raiders Edge at 1207 North Jackson in Altus, Oklahoma. Get a haircut.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. You're watching Altus Bulldog football. It is 3rd and 5. Cody Rothschild gets the snap and pitches it out to Nick Sanchez. He's got some room. He's got to turn up, though. I don't think he made the corner. Did he? Well, no, he didn't. Let's see where they place it. Still another couple yards, and it's 4th and short. Let's see what they do.
I tell you what, that's a good-looking play. I mean, if he turns up a little bit there, he gets the first down.
Yeah, he does. He ran a little bit east and west, a little too long. There was a hole there, like you said, where he definitely could have made it through. Let's see if Coach Kokenhauer has anything to do here. Maybe go on 2, try to get him to jump off sides, or let's see what we got here with 4th and 3. Or just give it to Allen and let him kick it. There it goes. And there's Dixon.
That one would have rolled the country mile.
It would have, but hey, maybe he was thinking, listen, if I don't catch this, it's going to hit me. It has a chance of hitting me, and we don't want that to happen. So I don't know what was going through Retro's head there, but hey, still nice catch.
Or he's still in defensive back mode, right? He's like, the ball's here, I'm going to catch it, right? Like,
there you go, yeah.
He might have been thinking interception.
So Altus Bulldogs have had the ball in offense 3 times. They've punted 3 times, and Cash has had the ball in offense twice, and they've scored. So let's see if we can get a stop here, Kevin. We definitely need one. And ball's going to be on the, we got it on the 42. And we have 6:28 left here in the first quarter, brought to you by Sparklight. Stream faster, fastest internet. Sparklight, your connection to the world. Hunter Glenn back. He's going to pass. Oh, nearly picked off there by an Altus defensive player. Let's see, who was that? Get my notes here in the wrong place. That was right over the hands of Damian Maldonado.
Well, just almost there, right?
Yeah,
and I mean, that's the kind of stuff you talk about with a young team, is just almost being in the right spot at the right time.
But another Cash Bulldogs first down, and again, they've had great field position here in this ball game. They haven't been on their side of the field yet, have they? And another handoff. He's going to cut up, and that's the other guy we talked about, the other tailback, George Harper with the carry, and he nearly got another first down.
Well, and you really can't say enough about the field position tonight. Last night, last week we almost joked about it that one of the bright spots of the ball game was the punting, right? And tonight, because of various circumstances, the punting has just not been there tonight. We haven't been able to get them back across the 50, make them work for it, give them a long drive, and give your defense some time to adjust to what they're doing.
Yeah, most definitely. And, man, Cash, man, you can't talk enough about that system. It's working, and again, but if you were to have great field position like they have, heck, one time they had to go from the 29, the next 30, next was 29, 45, and then this one 42. So I mean that's excellent field position.
Well, and you and I have talked about this before. That's why we laugh about it all the time. That why I like second and short and 3rd and short and everything because the playbook is totally different in those circumstances. And when you're starting a drive in plus territory, the playbook is completely different. You can take some chances. You can do some things that. Whereas if you're starting inside your own 20, you don't run certain plays, and that makes it easier for a defense. And now you got to put together a long drive so the defense has some time to adjust and do what they need to do. Whereas when you're starting where they've started all night long, the defense kind of on their heels the whole time.
Exactly. So let's see if defensive coordinator Jack Diltz dials up any blitzes or anything. And back to pass. Oh, and he caught it. And it's going to be another touchdown. We got to, Kevin, we got to wrap out.
Well, we got to just put a hat on somebody. I mean, we're just reaching and grabbing for ankles.
Yeah, we can't do that. These guys are shifty.
And not getting them.
Yeah, exactly. You can't be tackling there because, one, it doesn't look good on film here, and two, results like this happen. And, they've had the ball 3 times now, guys. And if we go and look at the tail of the tape, Altus has punted 3 times and Cash has scored 3 times. And looks like they're going to go for the extra point. Last series, they lined up in a swinging gate and handed it off to Cannell Daniels. He pretty much walked in, Kevin.
Yep, untouched.
Yep. The kick is up, and it's good. So the score is going to be 22-0. 5:48 left here in the first quarter. Again, first quarter brought to you by Sparklight. Stream faster, the fastest internet. Sparklight, your connection to the world. And as the Altus Bulldogs get set for a kickoff return, we're going to take a quick break. You're watching Altus Bulldog football here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. You're watching Bulldog football. The Altus Bulldogs trail 22-0 as Cash is set to kick off. Another booming kick. Let's see if it makes it into the end zone. It does. They're just going to let it roll out, and Altus will take the ball on the 20 with 5:48 left in the first quarter. All right, let's see here. Altus is coming out. And these guys are probably tired. They've been on defense quite a bit, and then on offense, and not a lot of rest time because Cash is coming out, scoring pretty quick. So we got to get some movement here. We know that we can move the ball on these guys. We got to keep some positive momentum going. What do you say, Kevin?
We need it. We need a big play.
Yeah, most definitely. So Bryce Kalla back, and he gets it out to. Oh man, who was that there? That was Michael Delgado. And stuff like that, man, I mean, I know it's a simple catch. We've talked about it, Brian. We've talked about it, Kevin. But, I mean, if you make that catch, make a move, you can get yourself anywhere from 5 to 10, maybe plus yards. You got to make the catch first, though.
I completely agree. It was right in his hands.
Yeah, it was right there. It was a good pass. All right, and the Altus Bulldogs are set. Bryce Kalla, quarterback for the Altus Bulldogs. Nick Sanchez in the tailback position. They hand it off to Nick, and it looked like Kalla was looking to maybe pull. Kevin, what did you see?
I would agree. Did not. He's got to get up. He's got to get that done. I mean, he's got to make that block.
Yeah, most definitely.
Well, and that's where plays like the one before become even more costly, right? Like when you have a chance to get part of positive yardage, and then you end up now you're looking at 3rd and 11. After the run play, I mean, again, and you're at your own 20, right? Yeah. So I mean, it's just it's the same. Yeah. It's the same thing that happened the first 3 or 4 series so far.
We just got to get some. We just got to get some positive yardage so that we're not giving them such great field position. So 3rd down and 11 to go. Lathan Patterson in the ball game. They're going to throw it to Lathan. Lathan catches it, tries to make a move. He's wrapped up rather quickly, and that was a good block out there by the wide receiver, but it looked like he was hugged by the defender as he was hugged and gotten in the way of Lathan Patterson there. But, hey, It's going to be 4th and 11.
Well, some of this go ahead, Kevin.
One thing I was going to say is, hey, we're doing a better job.
We are, yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, here's the thing. We had, I don't know how many negative yards that first couple of series. I think we may be in the positive right now. So, I mean, that's small victories.
There's a good punt right there. Now let it land, let it roll. Just can't get the bounce that we want. But I mean, it looks like they're going to start on the Cash will start on the 42 one more time. That's where they started last series, where they scored a touchdown. But again, there are some positives there. Sorry, Brian, go ahead.
No, you're right, and that's the thing. Kevin's exactly right. As much as you're frustrated because you're looking at the scoreboard going, how can this be better, right?
Yeah.
But it's still, I mean, offensively it is better than what we saw last week. My frustration right now is you have not seen us take any shots downfield.
Yeah,
almost every pass, completed or incomplete, has been to the back, right?
Yeah.
It's been a little bubble, right out of the backfield. And I'd rather see us go downfield some.
And we got a halfback pass there that just out. That was Hunter Glenn lined up as a receiver. They came out in the Wildcat, looked like, and sent Hunter out. I guess Hunter wants to have his hand on all the touchdowns here.
Well, and this is what you do when you're up 22-0 in the first quarter, right? You do stuff you wouldn't otherwise do.
Yeah.
The kid can run.
He can. Yes, he can. But, back to your point, Brian, as it's going to be 2nd down and 10 for the Cash Bulldogs, I think that maybe Coach Kokenhauer's waiting to have the wind at his back a little bit to go a little deep, because we've seen the ball hang up. We got to wrap up, guys.
Well, and for me, I'm not even talking deep. Mid-range. Yeah. Give me something. We tried it one time.
Well, we tried it one time.
Yeah, and we didn't get there. We couldn't connect on. But he was under a lot of pressure. And that's the thing is, it's just you've got to do some things to keep the defense guessing because right now I think they're seeing they're either going to run it or they're going to dump it off to the back.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that what might be there it is. There we go. Good job.
That's a big man play.
Yes,
right
it
there.
is. That is a big man play there by Mr.
French.
Tyler Ray. Or
French.
Was it French? It was 73?
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Okay, all right. All I saw was 7s. Maybe I need to get my eyes checked.
Yes, I watched him in the Weatherford scrimmage, and, man, when he gets after it, man, he is good.
That's taking on a blocker tackle with one hand, bringing him down. That's a big-time play right there for a big loss.
And Daniels is a big boy, too. So it's going to be 2nd and long, and they throw a shot out, a little comeback pass to a receiver, and he gets it all back and some more, as it's going to be 1st and goal for the Cash Bulldogs.
Well, that's a lineup problem to me, Kevin. I mean, we didn't even shift over to cover the receivers they had on that side of the field.
Yeah,
Kevin,
we've got to make those adjustments. I mean, I couldn't see all the way over there from where I'm at, but that's what it looked like from here as well.
It looked like they may have shifted into cover 4, so I didn't have a chance to look at it. There it is right there. You got to wrap up. Come on,
Latham was there. He just went a little high.
Yeah, just went a little high.
But again, I know the viewers are going to get frustrated with us, but we're going, hey, we're seeing improvement, and they're like, they're still moving the ball on us, right? But that is, I mean, the first couple of series, we didn't have anybody around them, right?
Yeah.
Then we kind of got there, but we were arm tackling.
Yeah.
Now we're at least in the right spot and trying to make some good plays. I mean, improvement is there.
We're just making for a dramatic comeback. That's it. And George Daniels gets hit pretty hard. Does he make it in? Nope. He's going to be stopped at the 1-yard line there for the Cash Bulldogs. Cody Rothschild is going to have to come off the field as his helmet came off. As he comes running in his luscious hair just flocking in the background.
That flowing mane, right?
Yeah.
Stopped him again.
Well,
Stopped again.
leg.
There you go. Good job there. I stayed quiet for a reason because I don't know, I just felt something. And there you go. Lathan steps up again and makes that tackle.
That's right.
For the one that, he came up high and wasn't able to wrap up on.
He came up high on that one, too, but bent him backwards.
So that's 4th down. They're going to go for it. And why wouldn't you, right? You're
exactly.
22-0. Why not?
4th and go, quarterback sneak, and versus that 3-4, Kevin, and that's pretty much your percentages of going and gaining that quarterback sneak unless the linebackers come and fill those gaps is pretty high.
Well, yes, and also those guys are big up front.
And I don't know that we were ready for the snap. Did it look to you like we were set?
No.
So they come out in the swinging gate again, and they get set. Cash does, as they're going to go for the extra point. The score right now is 28-0. 1:36 left here in the first quarter. And that kick is up. It's good. Score now 29, to 0. Cash Bulldogs lead. And with that, we are going to take a quick break. You're watching Altus Bulldog football here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Since 1988, Gunkel Law Group has been helping southwestern Oklahoma families navigate the hardships that come with legal matters. Attorneys Renee Gunkel, Preston Gunkel, and paralegal Lori Anderson strive to help your family deal with the matter at hand without the added stress.
And welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. You're watching Bulldog football. We're live here at the Rocket Hightower Memorial Stadium. As Cass just scored, and they're set to kick off again. Kicker gets it up, and again he kicks it all the way to Hobart. That guy has got a leg on him.
He can kick it.
He sure can. 1:36 left here in the first quarter. And the Bulldogs are going to take it on the 20. It looks like that's where they have been starting quite a bit.
The offensive line seems to be doing a better job of protecting. From what I'm seeing, down here on the field, what do you guys think?
Yeah, a lot better from last week. So, like Brian was saying, we've been saying it, and our viewers are probably like, no, I don't see no difference. But yes, yes, because he has more time to throw. Last week,
sure,
he was under duress the whole time.
Well, the stat you could watch on that is the pass attempts, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We didn't attempt a pass in the first half hardly last week.
All right, Cody Rothschild back in at quarterback, Nick Sanchez at tailback. And a toss to Nick Sanchez, and you got to get those blocks, Kevin. You got to get those blocks.
We got to make that block on the end there.
Yeah, and that there who was that? Who's that coming off right there? That's number 23. Who's playing wide receiver there, plays a little bit.
Well, and that's the difference, right? We talked about it in Cash's first drive, where you're seeing that downfield blocking. Mm-hmm. This time, it's at the point of attack. You're not even getting the initial block to spring the play to get Nick some room to run.
Yeah, because if that block's there, Kevin, man, he can gain anywhere from 5 to 10 yards. It's open.
Yep.
Because he's shifty, and that's one thing that Coach Coconara talked about at our coaches show was the fact that we're going to get Nick the ball because he's electric, and when he has the ball in his hands, it's special. It looks like Coach Coconara is going to call another timeout here. Looks like they come out in the wrong formation there, the wide receivers did. So we're going to take a quick timeout with them as well. You're watching Altus Bulldog football. 44 seconds left here in the first quarter, brought to you by Sparklight. Stream fast, faster, fastest internet. Sparklight, your connection to the world. Bulldog football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Since 1988, Gunkel Law Group has been helping southwestern Oklahoma families navigate the hardships that come with legal matters. Attorneys Renee Gunkel, Preston Gunkel, and paralegal Lori Anderson strive to help your family deal with the matter at hand without the added stress. No family should have to deal with these issues, but when they arise, our team that you can trust will help guide you through the process and stand beside you and the ones you care about the most. Gunkel Law Group, our family is here for yours. 106.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. You're watching Bulldog football. It is second down and 15. Cody Rothschild in the quarterback position, low snap, and he's on the run. He's there. Oh, my goodness. Threw it short. I was hoping he'd go for the one deep. As you can see, 82 here was wide open. Damian Maldonado. I think he just didn't see that safety creep into that zone there, Kevin. What do you say?
I completely agree. He was wide open.
Yeah, he
down
was
the sideline.
That's right. And then he throws into traffic and
that's one thing you don't want to do.
That's right.
So Altus with its first turnover, Cash with 0. We could really benefit from a turnover here made by the defense. But, like we talked about, with only 35 seconds left here in this first quarter, we're seeing improvement from the first snap to right now where we're at now, guys. So let's see if the defense can make some more penetration and get a stop here or possibly even a turnover. Looks like Cash is going to start. And there's a good stop right there.
73 again.
Yep, there he is, French.
And
65 as well.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter if they get a body on him. He's
Arrington.
that strong.
Yeah, you've got two big boys there with Solomon Arrington and French.
That was a good job by both of those guys.
It was. So it's going to be second down and 10, no gain. And there it is. Oh, man, linebacker was there. It looks like Michael, number 15 here. Let me get to my.
Michael Greer.
Michael Greer, yep. He was there, just wasn't there fast enough, though. And that is going to be the end of the first quarter. Score is 29-0. The Cash Bulldogs lead. They have third down and about 6 to go. So we will be back here at the start of the second quarter right after these messages. You're watching Bulldog football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Looking to replace that stove, refrigerator, dishwasher, or microwave? Look no further than Moco Appliances and Lighting at 3100 North Park Lane in Altus. Moco is the first choice for contractors and should be your first choice as well. Plus, see Moco for all your lighting needs, from fixtures to ceiling fans. Let Ricky Kevin take care of all your electrical, mechanical, and HVAC material needs. They are your one-stop shop, Moco Electric, at 3100 North Park Lane in Altus.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. You're watching Bulldog football. We are started the second quarter. Ball on the 20-yard line for the Cash Bulldogs as they hand off again to the end around. And Jace James is see if he can get him out of bounds. Nicely done, but they're going to pick up the first down, looks like. Oh, no, is it going to be short? It's going to be short. So it's going to be 4th and 1.5 with 11:54 left here in the second quarter. Second quarter brought to you by Frazier Bank. From personal to business loans and online services, Frazier Bank is your one-stop spot. Frazier Bank, your local partner. Hunter Glenn under center for the Cash Bulldogs. Got a man in motion, and let's see what we got.
False start.
False start, I will take
Shift.
it. Illegal shift. I like it.
Back them up. There we go.
All right, now it's going to be 4th and long. So let's see if they go for it or if they bring out the field go team. It's, you can't say that they don't have the leg for it. Dude was kicking bombs.
He's
on
into
kickoff.
the wind now. I mean, the wind's died down a little bit, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I bet they still go for it.
Yeah, they're going to go for it.
I mean, what do you got to lose, right? You're up 29.
Yep. And they come in that double tight formation. This is another formation you'll see them in. And there's a rollout.
Get there.
He's got a guy wide open. And good coverage.
Oh.
Did he get it? They got him down about the 8-yard line, 7-yard line.
Yeah, that's a first. Oh, he marked it back here at this.
Was it the 15? Where's he at?
Needed to get,
it's our ball. That's a
downs.
turnover. We talked about it, and that's what, hey, it may not be an interception or a fumble, but, hey, a turnover counts.
Needed to get to about the 14, and he only made it to about the 15.
Oh, let's see what they're doing.
We're on the 14. He's right on the 14, but from where I'm standing, he looks short.
What are we doing here?
Oh, now they're moving the down marker.
Yeah,
what are we doing, folks?
They're going to measure.
All right. Okay, well, they're going to measure, and while they're measuring, that's the defensive stop that we needed, guys.
Kevin, are you
I think he's short.
You making the call?
From what I saw, from what I could see, he was short.
If we were in Norman right now, they'd say, timeout for a measurement.
Let's see what we got here. All right, let's see.
First down, Altus.
It's going to be first down, Altus. That's the turnover that we were looking for there. So Altus Bulldogs are going to take over at the
Marble
ball
called
is
it, man.
on the.
Don't doubt him.
I had a good eye. I had a good view of it.
He's right there, so I think he may have kicked the ball back a little bit.
Anything I can do to help.
I'm just kidding. All right, so let's see where they place the ball at.
Added a few links to the chain.
Yeah, he sure did. And Altus is going to start from the –
Let's go. What is he doing?
Yeah, I was like, I didn't want to say anything, but all right. So it looks like he's going to start on the 14-yard line.
Not to tell you how to do your job, bro, but the little tag thing goes on the big line.
Yeah. With 11:34 left here in this second quarter, brought to you by Frazier Bank. From personal to business loans and online services, Frazier Bank is your one-stop spot. Frazier Bank, your local partner. Altus Bulldogs. Bryce Kala back in for the Altus Bulldogs on offense. And Tate in the background, or in the backfield, not the background, the backfield. Loaded up with doubles on each side. That's 2 receivers on the right and the left. And it's a handoff to Tate.
Go, baby,
good
go.
Little cut. Good little cut.
Good hole.
Hey,
Yeah. A good hole open.
Great hole and
yeah.
a good job hanging on to the football. They
Yes,
had a hold
sir.
of his arm. That's one of those where that ball can pop out of there. So just a good job. And that's a great play where you are on the field to start a drive, pick up 3 yards on a first down run. Because, again, like we talked about, playbook's different in this situation where you are that close to your own goal line.
It sure is. And so they come out with just second down and about 7 to go here, the Altus Bulldogs. And Bryce Kala in at quarterback. We got trips to the right side. Nick going out in motion. Let's see if they go to that bubble pass. They do. Low pass. He gets it. Does he make it back to the line of scrimmage? No, he's going to be about a yard short. So it's going to be 3rd and 11. Third and third
right
and
10.
10.
Yeah. Well, and just well covered by Cash that time. And they kind of saw it coming, so they were able to just break on that route and get him for a loss.
They sure were there. So, but the good thing about Coach Kokenhauer is that he's such a great offensive mind that I guarantee you he's got a play in his back pocket that's going to look similar to that, and it's going to be wide open. So I'm kind of excited to see what it may be because we're lined up tight here, and a good read there by Bryce. Good little read.
Good run.
Yeah.
Good read, good run, good pickup. Good, but it brings you to 4th down and
4th and 4. 4th and 3, yeah.
And but and where you are on the field, you got to punt it away.
Yeah, most definitely. So they're going to punt, and
field position has not been our friend.
It has not. No, and we talked about that a lot here in the first quarter. Carl Albert leads Midwest City 7-6. They are in the second quarter. Alan Chavez out to punt. We're laughing at the coaches here next door to us.
And that's our 3rd timeout.
That's our 3rd timeout, yeah. So
Kokenhauer's not happy.
Yeah, you're right there.
Neither am I. 9:24 left in the first half, and we've used all 3 timeouts.
Yeah, most definitely. And most of it has been due to formations and such and getting the right personnel out there.
So you talked about that Carl Albert game, Levi. It's are we staying here or are we going to break? Stay here. We talked about that Carl Albert game. Carl Albert #1 in all the polls, and Ben Harris, their quarterback. Kid's 41-1 as a starter. 41-1. Wow. And of course, they've got at running back they've got Javion Hunt. He's already committed to Arkansas. I'm telling you, Carl Albert is on a mission this season. They very well could repeat as state champions. Be one of the. I think there's only been about 3 teams in the history of the state that have won 5 in a row.
Yeah.
And Carl Albert did it before.
Yeah.
So
that's what I was going to say. What's new? Yeah, Kevin. You've seen some really good Carl Albert teams come through the state.
They've had some talent go through there.
Yeah.
Golly.
There's a high snap, so he's got to get rid of it.
Good
and there's a nice punt.
Get it across. Dadgummit.
Hey.
Well, in Midwest City, they're playing Midwest City tonight. That's a 6A team. They're number 5 in 6A,
they sure
too.
are.
They're a good team. But they had to come from behind last week to beat Westmore.
Yeah.
I don't know. You, the 3 of us kind of talked about that ball game before the kickoff tonight. I'm kind of leaning Carl Albert. I don't know where you guys are.
I think you're probably about right, Brian.
Yeah.
But, I'd love to see. I just hate rooting. Picking
I can't.
Carl Albert. I can't. I'm going Midwest City.
Yeah. And the same
I'm going
here.
in Dub right there on that one.
And the same here as Cash gets set on offense here. Hunter Glenn under center at the 47-yard line. There it is. Good containment. Got to wrap up, though. Got to wrap up. There it is.
There we go.
Right there. Good job. I will take that. That's only a gain of about 4, maybe 5 yards they give him. Wow, that's a generous placement. But a lot better than what we were seeing in the first quarter, Brian.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we were giving them 8 9 yards of play in the first quarter, so definitely an improvement. And you got to stop, right?
Yeah.
That gives your defense some confidence to say, hey, we can stop these guys.
Yep.
Turn them over on downs the last series, so let's see if we can do it again.
So there's another hard run, but I think he may be close to that first down there.
Well, and you see the patience of the running back that time. He knows he's got good blockers in front of him and just big old linemen up in front of him. He knows they're going to give him a pass, so he just stays right in behind them, just stays patient, and gets what he can.
So we got trips to the left and another. Well, no, he got the jet sweep, man. I'm telling you, it's just so systematic. Oh, fumble!
Ball's out.
We got it.
And there's a turnover we were looking for.
There's another
It's going to
one.
be Bulldog football, first down, Altus Bulldogs.
I'll tell you what, this is the most turnovers I've seen in the first 2 games.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
And, I mean, we talked about it, Kevin, during the pregame show. These are all caused by our defense, not just any flukes or anything. It's caused by the defense.
And because of that turnover, I'm pretty sure this is the best field position we've had all night to start an offensive drive.
It is, yes.
By a long ways.
Yeah,
10
most
yards.
of it. By
10
10,
yards.
there you go. I was going to say right about 10 yards. Piedmont is on top of El Reno 7-0 in that game, second quarter.
Come on, Indians. I know.
I'm telling you.
We didn't talk about that one yet.
And Bryce Collar, there
Oh,
he
yeah,
is.
we
Oh, another turnover. We gave it right back
there's
to
a
Cash.
block in the back.
He tried to get it over that linebacker, but that linebacker that just had a free gimme there.
Well,
so
we talked about that the El Reno Piedmont game in the pregame show, and I'm telling you, man, I'm so high on El Reno, but this was a hard pick for me because Piedmont was such a good team last year that we picked them last season to beat Carl Albert, and they did it.
Yeah.
And everybody thought we were crazy when we said it, but we were right about that. And so it was really hard to pick against them because it's at Piedmont tonight. We'll see, because I'm telling you, Plumlee is electric. That kid can make plays, and so we'll see what happens tonight.
Well, that's 2 pass interceptions thrown by 2 interceptions via the pass thrown by our quarterbacks there, one by Cody Rothschild, the other by Bryce Collar. It was open. I like where he was going, Kevin, but, you just can't. You got to get some air on that ball just a little bit.
You got to.
Let's see here. We've got man in motion again, and quarterback nearly trips, but he's got plenty of time. He's looking in the end zone. And
Good play.
they're going to
come
throw
on
the flag on Nick Sanchez. He didn't look back for the ball, so that's an automatic flag every time.
Yep. He was on him. Brian, I hate to tell you, he was on him.
They still don't have to throw the flag.
I'm with you. I completely agree with you right now.
He may be right, but he didn't have to throw it.
They're up 29-0. Come on, guys.
No, Brian, I'm with you on the El Reno kid, the Plumlee kid, but you can't score if you can't be on the field, and that's what
right.
that offense does.
That's
Yeah,
right.
exactly.
No, you're exactly right. That was one of the hardest picks this week. I went with my heart. I think I told you all that in the pregame. It was kind of a heart versus head argument I was having. My head was telling me pick Piedmont, but my heart was going El Reno. So, I may just be wrong on that one. We'll see.
Well, they're going to hand it off to Cannell Daniels again in the jet sweep, and no call on the hold there, but he's going to muscle his way maybe down to the half-yard line. No, he's going to call a touchdown. Okay, so it's going to be a touchdown, Cash. And for our viewers out there watching, they're probably like, man, this is way too easy. But again, trust us when we tell you that there's massive improvement from last week to now. There's massive improvement from first quarter to second quarter, Kevin.
Sure.
Brian, what do you say?
Well, and it's hard to see it because I'll tell you right now, as good a Chickasha team as we played last week, this Cash team is way better.
Yeah.
Right? It's just better.
Mm-hmm. And, we talked about it in the pregame show. That Class 4A, Class 4A is going to be stout, and it's going to be tough. And you think that, you think Cash faced a hard El Reno team. Boy, just wait till they got to face a Weatherford or even Chickasha, Clinton, Tuttle. Who else are we missing? Wagner, there you go. Yeah, just a stout 4A, 4A bracket over there.
Well, and Blanchard. We haven't talked about that Blanchard Noble.
Yeah.
Blanchard's a good team. That Blanchard hadn't played yet, but they're anywhere from 5 to 15 in the polls. They go to Noble tonight.
Yeah, it's just starting right now.
Yeah, and listen, they're returning 9 starters on offense. They've got every offensive lineman back except the center. They've got every skill player back except their running back, and their defense only allowed 17 points per game last season.
Yeah,
so that's a good Blanchard team going into Noble tonight.
That was a good, hard-fought, little game that we had there. We had a really good first half, and then we just kind of lost it there in the second half when we traveled to Noble. But, man, they are good. Man, this guy's got a boot on him.
I'm still picking the Bears in that one.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, I like Noble a lot. I think I told you guys this before the game. The Noble Bears this year remind me a little bit of the Altus Bulldogs in 2015.
Yep.
It was one of those things where they were getting some respect across the state. People thought highly of them. Now, you remember that's the year Altus won the state championship.
Yep.
I'm not calling it necessarily that, that Noble's going to win state this year, but I am saying they've got some special players. We talked about Trevor Lawrence last week. We talked Gabe Hudson, another one of their wide receivers that also plays in the secondary. They've got some special talent.
Little option there by the Altus Bulldogs. And there you go. That's a good gain there. It looks like about a gain of 5 or 6. Yeah. And Kevin, I was thinking that just now as I was looking back at my stats. We've had time to throw in the pocket, but where we might see some success, and we tried it a little bit with Cody in the first quarter, but moving that quarterback around, getting him on the run. And, obviously Bryce Kala was on the run last series. Again, we talk about if we just would have got just a little bit more air on there, then, that would have been a big play. But instead it was a turnover. But right there you see it in the option. There's a lot of things we can do with a quarterback on the move.
I completely agree.
So Kala in the shotgun position and Sanchez in the pistol. He gets the handoff, and he 3, maybe 4 yards.
That's a first down.
That's a first down, yeah. First down. Bulldogs, that's the first one of the game for the Bulldogs, and that's what we need. We may be down 36-0, but I guarantee you the Bulldogs aren't going to stop fighting. They're not going to stop, battling. So let's see if we can get some momentum going here and get a couple stops, and you never know. We might make a game of it.
Well, and that's the adjustment, right? I mean, you see, we've tried a few things. This isn't working. That's not working. Let's go option. Let's go right. I mean, you got to figure out what the defense will give you.
And they're going to go option again. He's going to pitch out. Good block there by Retro, and nice little move there by Nick. And he's got another gain of about 6 yards.
5-6 yards, yeah.
That wasn't a good block. That was a
excellent block. Yes.
I mean, he turned him completely inside.
He sure did. And, we know Jeremy Dixon last year, the standout freshman, just a natural corner. And also he's got some speed on him as well, and they got him playing slot. So if he gets the ball in his hands, he's dangerous as well. Trips to the right here.
We need to find a way to get the ball in his hands.
Yes, we do. Kala in the shotgun position. Oh, I know what they're running here. Let's see. Yeah, it's there if you can get it. And you called it. And, hey. It's not negative yards. It's positive yards, so I'll take it. It's going to be 3rd and Brian's favorite, 3rd and short.
3rd and 1, bring it.
Yeah.
And this is and like we said,
Dixon coming up limping again. Looks like he may have taken a helmet to the hip.
Well, the reason we get so excited about 3rd and short is because, like we said, everything's an option right now, right?
Yes.
I mean, you can do anything you want to right now, and the defense has no idea what's coming.
Let's see what we got here. We got doubles on each side. Sanchez lined up in the pistol. And he faked the handoff, and he gets it to – Oh, he can't do that. You cannot do that. That's just the youngster and Kala.
He had the first down.
Yeah, he did.
Let me rephrase what I said earlier. Everything's an option except that, right? Don't pitch it under those circumstances. But hey, you got young quarterbacks, you got young guys. I mean, I'm not mad at him. I'm just saying that you said it. That's a tough spot.
Yeah. It's the youth, and sometimes, man, you got to get that backyard football out of these youngsters because playing junior high ball and high school ball is completely different. So,
yes, it is.
What do we got going on here? We can't.
No idea.
There's a good snap. There's a good punt. There we go. That's what we need. There it is. There it is. And we can pin them back pretty deep. Looks like they're going to start on the 26-yard line of their side of the field. Cash is. Well, that offensive series, guys, was you take away that pitch that got us out of 1st and 10. And, not bad. Not bad. I don't know, Kevin. What do you think? Not bad. Brian, what do you think?
No, I'm with you. It was one of those deals that looked like a drive that was getting started right there to me. Until And that's why it's just, I mean, coaches pull their hair out because that one play changes a whole drive, right? You're at 3rd and 1. Yep. You think you've got a drive starting, and all of a sudden, I mean, it's a busted play, right?
Yeah.
The initial pitch was not there because they had a guy right in the right spot at the right time. He tries to tuck it and run, gets wrapped up, and then tries to pitch when it opens up, and it just, he's getting pulled down, and you can't be accurate with a pitch when you're getting pulled down like that.
Yeah, but if he would have kept it, he would have gotten the first down.
He had the first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it looks like Cash has called a timeout. That is their first timeout of the half. So we're going to take a timeout with them. You're watching Altus Bulldog football here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
For over 3 decades, the law office of Latham Nelson, Martin, and Kincannon has been known as a small-town firm with a big city practice. Recognized in the Oklahoma Association of Justice magazine as movers and shakers in the courtroom, the firm has recovered millions of dollars for their clients with injury and bad faith insurance claims. The firm practice also includes probate, real estate, divorce, adoption, bankruptcy, and general civil and criminal litigation. Put the skill and experience of the attorney.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. You're watching Bulldog football. That's Altus Bulldog football here live on OSN. And looks like we may have another illegal formation. Oh, a false start. All right. So that is Cash's 3rd penalty. We'll take it. It's going to make it 1st and 15.
Hey, penalties have been better tonight as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we got a different crew out there, guys.
Yeah, I'd agree with that one.
Cash with the ball. Cash leads here in the second quarter. 4:21 left in the second quarter, 36-0. Second quarter brought to you by Fraser Bank, your one-stop shop. Bank with your local partner. And as they get the end around and can't wrap up, but they're going to say he stepped out of bounds, let's say. So it looks like he got a gain of about 10.
Got the first.
That's the thing, Kevin. We got to contain, man. We have to contain.
We have to contain, but we've got to make tackles. We're trying to dive in at ankles and.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough as Jace James makes his way off the field. He's been going both ways, offensive lineman and linebacker, like our very own sideline reporter Kevin Marple.
No.
Get there, Kendall Daniels.
There
you go. Good job. And that there is number 82. That's Damian Maldonado.
That's a good job by Damian.
Yes, sir. Let's see. They got Michael Greer, Lathan Patterson, Gray Winsett, and Damian Maldonado in that linebacking crew right now. And up front, French. And let's see who else we got up there. Looks like Tyler's taking a break, getting a breather. But French is the main man right there. Look at that.
There you go.
There's a good one there.
You know what, guys? I think I think everybody's talking big about Weatherford and everything.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the same district as Cash.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to take Cash on that one, guys. They really impressed me.
Cash is good, but, I mean, Weatherford really impressed me at that scrimmage. And granted, it was just a scrimmage, but, man, come on, man. And he's not going to be touched. That's George Daniels. He's running and gunning. He's going to score again, so it's going to be another Cash touchdown. So score 42-0 with 2:57 left here in the second quarter, which is brought to you by Fraser Bank. From personal to business loans and online services, Fraser Bank is your one-stop spot. Fraser Bank, your local partner. And they're going to line up for the extra point. And Cash, if we go off of last week and last year, they haven't missed a beat, guys. And, Kevin, you were just talking about it. They are good. They look really good.
Well, their offense, I mean, we've talked a little bit about it. What makes it so difficult, that quarterback turns around. When he's handing everything off, his back is to the defense.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell exactly what he's doing, so you've got to be really disciplined on the defensive side of the ball, especially on the line and the linebackers, to read it.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to be disciplined, especially on your edges, because they are pulling. It's basically a trap, is what they're doing, guys.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And if that end's not collapsing that down, they're going to get outside.
Yeah, most definitely. And, we talked about that systematic offense that they have. Everybody's running the same way. Everybody, all your skill players, if they're coming from that H-back or that A-back, like they call it, position, they're doing the same thing. So you have to be disciplined.
It reminds me. It reminds me a little bit of Vernon back in the day.
Yes,
with that single wing and kind of the same kind of offense. It's a little different, but same principle.
Yep. Catch is set to kick off here, and back deep to receive is the end zone again. So Altus Bulldogs going to start on the 20, where they've started the majority of their drives. 2:57 here left in the second quarter, and in half, score 43-0. I'll be honest, guys, I didn't think it would be this bad early on, but we can see there are some positive things, and of course there are some negative things. And guys, we talked about it. We our fans are loyal. They're amazing fans. We have an amazing community that is going to come out and support the Altus Bulldogs, whether win or lose. But we knew that this is a rebuilding year.
Yeah.
And Bryce Collar running the option again. He keeps it this time.
Hey, we'll take that all day.
Heck
positive yardage. I will take positive yardage over negative yardage, and that is one thing that Coach Kokenhauer had when he sat down with us coaches. He said, guys, and I love Coach Kokenhauer because if you've ever talked to him, he says guys about 17 times a sentence. and I love it because he's so animated. Even when he's talking to the coaches, he was telling us, he's like, guys, I will take a positive yard over negative yardage anytime. I don't care if it's back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
That's a positive.
Just don't go backwards.
Yeah, I mean, he brings such intensity to
and
these
under
guys.
the flex bone, we were thrilled over 3-4 yards of play, right?
Yeah, most definitely. Kyle's going to pitch it out
to
Sanchez. There you go. Turn up. There you go. Use his speed. Use his speed. Oh, you got to turn. He had
first down.
That first down. But man, he could hug that sideline and got a couple more yards, don't you think, Kevin?
Yep, I agree.
Well, and good vision, though, that time.
Yeah.
Nice hole opens up outside, and now we're seeing some of that downfield blocking. Wide receivers did a great job that time of opening up that play.
Yeah, and we're all going, turn it up, turn it up.
Yeah. And if they can come away with, some positive yardage, of course, which we see already, and maybe some points, that'll give these Bulldogs, these Altus Bulldogs, some more confidence. Another pitch to the other side. Good blocking. You got to turn up. Yeah, you got some good blocking by Maldonado out there. We got a player with the helmet off who helmet came off there for cash. Let's see. That's number 70 for the Cash Bulldogs. That's William Ketone, yeah.
Well, Cash traveled good, didn't they?
Yeah, they sure do. I mean, we knew. I was talking to our athletic director here before the game, and he said, hey, that whole visitor side is probably going to be full because that they bring it. They support their Bulldogs just like our community here in Altus does. And it's going to be handed to Tate up there. You go. Good.
Great job. Now we're back to 3rd and 1, fellas.
There you go. Now if we can just keep it going, keep churning. We've got 1:32 left here on the clock in the second quarter, which is brought to you by Fraser Bank, your local partner. Kevin Bryan, we talk about them traveling well, but if you go back and look, last year that Altus versus Cash game was the first time that they sold out Cash Stadium in a long time.
Wow.
And another there. Oh, man, there he is, breaking loose. That a boy,
Ryan Tucker.
That's what was missing from the run game last week, right?
Most definitely.
He's full speed when he takes that handoff, running downhill when he takes that handoff, and you see the difference.
And those holes that, may have not been there early on, and I got to give it to Kevin because Kevin called it. He said a lot of those guys are going both ways for Cash, so you're going to see some tiring. And our boys, we're used to it. So, they're coming out with the intensity and making holes, and we're seeing some positive things from it. Another handoff to Taft. Look at that. Good cut. Nicely done. Hold on to that ball. There you go. Another Bulldog first down. We'll take it.
Now you're looking at the clock. 48 seconds to go before halftime, and we've got a first down inside the 30. This is as good as we've looked all night long as far as an offensive series.
It's the best we've looked all year.
Yes. Yeah.
Really, it
is.
Hey, and the offensive line, this is a little different than what, we're coming off the ball and blocking.
Yep. So Nick Sanchez back in, and they're going to toss it back to him. There you go. Turn it up. There you go. All right.
going to get a gain of about
timeout, so you got to
gain of about 4 yards. Yeah, they're
line up, fellas, line up.
Yeah, and he's going to use well, let's see here. They're probably just going to.
Come on, we got to go. We got to go. Go.
We got 12 seconds left. All right, they're looking to get him one last play off. Let's see if they go for the end zone. Got to get it off. Kala, he gets it off, and they're going to pitch to Nick Sanchez. He cuts up. Oh, and a good positive gain there.
It was a great gain, but a good tackle.
Yeah.
And catches him short, so that'll end the drive in the half.
Yeah, but again, what a way to end the half on a positive note. Our offense, driving the ball. We started on the 20, guys. That's the longest drive we've had all year, Kevin. So, a great showing by the Altus Bulldogs there towards the end of that first half. But
that's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what we needed right there.
Yeah. Give those boys some confidence as they go in and they get a little talking from their coaches and head coach Dan Kokenhauer. We're going to take a break with them. Again, you're watching Bulldog football, and the score is 43-0 as the Altus Bulldogs trail the Cash Bulldogs here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
The Raiders Edge at 1207 North Jackson in Altus, a family-owned business since 1967 with over 100 years of experience. Offering men's haircuts and shaves, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 in the morning till 6 in the evening. From just a simple old-fashioned barbershop haircut to the newest styles. Drop in today. The Raiders Edge at 1207 North Jackson in Altus, Oklahoma. Get a haircut.
For over 3 decades, the law office of Latham, Nelson, Martin, and Kincannon has been known as a small-town firm with a big city practice. Recognized in the Oklahoma Association of Justice magazine as movers and shakers in the courtroom, the firm has recovered millions of dollars for their clients with injury and bad faith insurance claims. The firm practice also includes probate, real estate, divorce, adoption, bankruptcy, and general civil and criminal litigation. Put the skill and experience of the attorneys at Latham, Nelson, Martin, and Kincannon to work for you. Offices in Altus, Mangum, and Lawton, Oklahoma.
For more than just a job? Barres Foods offers a career with a competitive starting wage, opportunity for advancement, life and health insurance, including medical, dental, and vision, as well as 401k retirement plan. At Barres, you can be proud of a company that gives back to the community. But most of all, you can take pride from making a quality product. Barres Foods, the food America likes to eat. So come be a part of a winning team and start your path to success today.
Sparklight brings high-speed internet to the greatest town on earth. Yours. Where your life story is written on every street corner. At Sparklight, it's where we call home too. So the place you're most connected to is the place where you're connected to the world. The place that means everything is the place you can do anything. Sparklight, high-speed internet comes home.
It's a calling that's kept us free. It's a place to belong. What's the calling? It's doing a job that makes a difference. Serving your community and your country. It's part-time service where the impact is full-time. What's your calling? Air Force Reserve.
Looking to replace that stove, refrigerator, dishwasher, or microwave? Look no further than Moco Appliances and Lighting at 3100 North Park Lane in Altus. Moco is the first choice for contractors and should be your first choice as well. Plus, see Moco for all your lighting needs, from fixtures to ceiling fans. Let Ricky Kevin take care of all your electrical, mechanical, and HVAC material needs. They are your one-stop shop, Moco Electric, at 3100 North Park Lane in Altus.
Bridges and Buckner Dentistry at 1802 Northwest 52nd Street has over 32 years of combined experience. They serve Southwest Oklahoma for implant placement and final restorations using guided surgery and CEREC technology. This enables them to do same-day crowns in the office. Call to set up your appointment today or visit them online at bridgesandbucknerdentistry.com.
Since 1988, Gunkel Law Group has been helping southwestern Oklahoma families navigate the hardships that come with legal matters. Attorneys Renee Gunkel, Preston Gunkel, and paralegal Lori Anderson strive to help your family deal with the matter at hand without the added stress. No family should have to deal with these issues, but when they arise, our team that you can trust will help guide you through the process and stand beside you and the ones you care about the most. Gunkel Law Group, our family is here for yours. 106 West Broadway, Altus.
Since 1908, Cameron University has served students from all over the world. With nearly 50 degrees in 2-year, 4-year, and graduate programs, we have something to inspire you. Health and wellness facilities plus a wide variety of clubs and activities will help you find your perfect fit. Small class sizes allow you to be yourself while discovering your future potential as part of the Aggie family. Come experience the Axe. Enroll today at www.cameron.edu.
The Raiders Edge at 1207 North Jackson in Altus, a family-owned business since 1967 with over 100 years of experience. Offering men's haircuts and shaves, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 in the morning till 6 in the evening. From just a simple old-fashioned barbershop haircut to the newest styles. Drop in today. The Raiders Edge at 1207 North Jackson in Altus, Oklahoma. Get a haircut.
For over 3 decades, the law office of Latham, Nelson, Martin, and Kincannon has been known as a small-town firm with a big city practice. Recognized in the Oklahoma Association of Justice magazine as movers and shakers in the courtroom, the firm has recovered millions of dollars for their clients with injury and bad faith insurance claims. The firm practice also includes probate, real estate, divorce, adoption, bankruptcy, and general civil and criminal litigation. Put the skill and experience of the attorneys at Latham, Nelson, Martin, and Kincannon to work for you. Offices in Altus, Mangum, and Lawton, Oklahoma.
looking for more than just a job? Bar S Foods offers a career with a competitive starting wage, opportunity for advancement, life and health insurance, including medical, dental, and vision, as well as 401k retirement plan. At Bar S, you can be proud of a company that gives back to the community. But most of all, you can take pride from making a quality product. Bar S Foods, the food America likes to eat. So come be a part of a winning team and start your path to success today.
Sparklight brings high-speed internet to the greatest town on earth. Yours. Where your life story is written on every street corner. At Sparklight, it's where we call home too. So the place you're most connected to is the place where you're connected to the world. The place that means everything is the place you can do anything. Sparklight, high-speed internet comes home.
It's a calling that's kept us free. It's a place to belong. What's the calling? It's doing a job that makes a difference. Serving your community and your country. It's part-time service where the impact is full-time. What's your calling? Air Force Reserve.
Looking to replace that stove, refrigerator, dishwasher, or microwave? Look no further than Moco Appliances and Lighting at 3100 North Park Lane in Altus. Moco is the first choice for contractors and should be your first choice as well. Plus, see Moco for all your lighting needs, from fixtures to ceiling fans. Let Ricky, Kevin take care of all your electrical, mechanical, and HVAC material needs. They are your one-stop shop, Moco Electric, at 3100 North Park Lane in Altus.
Bridges and Buckner Dentistry at 1802 Northwest 52nd Street has over 32 years of combined experience. They serve Southwest Oklahoma for implant placement and final restorations using guided surgery and CEREC technology. This enables them to do same-day crowns in the office. Call to set up your appointment today or visit them online at bridgesandbucknerdentistry.com.
Since 1988, Gunkel Law Group has been helping southwestern Oklahoma families navigate the hardships that come with legal matters. Attorneys Renee Gunkel, Preston Gunkel, and paralegal Lori Anderson strive to help your family deal with the matter at hand without the added stress. No family should have to deal with these issues, but when they arise, our team that you can trust will help guide you through the process and stand beside you and the ones you care about the most. Gunkel Law Group, our family is here for yours. 106 West Broadway, Altus.
Since 1908, Cameron University has served students from all over the world. With nearly 50 degrees in 2-year, 4-year, and graduate programs, we have something to inspire you. Health and wellness facilities plus a wide variety of clubs and activities will help you find your perfect fit. Small class sizes allow you to be yourself while discovering your future potential as part of the Aggie family. Come experience the Axe. Enroll today at www.cameron.edu.
The Raiders Edge at 1207 North Jackson in Altus, a family-owned business since 1967 with over 100 years of experience. Offering men's haircuts and shaves, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 in the morning till 6 in the evening. From just a simple old-fashioned barbershop haircut to the newest styles. Drop in today. The Raiders Edge at 1207 North Jackson in Altus, Oklahoma. Get a haircut.
For over 3 decades, the law office of Latham Nelson, Martin, and Kincannon has been known as a small-town firm with a big city practice. Recognized in the Oklahoma Association of Justice magazine as movers and shakers in the courtroom, the firm has recovered millions of dollars for their clients with injury and bad faith insurance claims. The firm practice also includes probate, real estate, divorce, adoption, bankruptcy, and general civil and criminal litigation. Put the skill and experience of the attorneys at Latham Nelson, Martin, and Kincannon to work for you. Offices in Altus, Mangum, and Lawton, Oklahoma.
Are you looking for more than just a job? Paris Foods offers a career with a competitive starting wage, opportunity for advancement, life and health insurance, including medical, dental, and vision, as well as 401k retirement plan. At Bar S, you can be proud of a company that gives back to the community. But most of all, you can take pride from making a quality product. Bar S Foods, the food America likes to eat. So come be a part of a winning team and start your path to success today.
Sparklight brings high-speed internet to the greatest town on earth. Yours. Where your life story is written on every street corner. At Sparklight, it's where we call home too. So the place you're most connected to is the place where you're connected to the world. The place that means everything is the place you can do anything. Sparklight, high-speed internet comes home.
It's a calling that's kept us free. It's a place to belong. What's the calling? It's doing a job that makes a difference. Serving your community and your country. It's part-time service where the impact is full-time. What's your calling? Air Force Reserve.
Looking to replace that stove, refrigerator, dishwasher, or microwave? Look no further than Moco Appliances and Lighting at 3100 North Park Lane in Altus. Moco is the first choice for contractors and should be your first choice as well. Plus, see Moco for all your lighting needs, from fixtures to ceiling fans. Let Ricky Kevin take care of all your electrical, mechanical, and HVAC material needs. They are your one-stop shop, Moco Electric, at 3100 North Park Lane in Altus.
Bridges and Buckner Dentistry at 1802 Northwest 52nd Street has over 32 years of combined experience. They serve Southwest Oklahoma for implant placement and final restorations using guided surgery and CEREC technology. This enables them to do same-day crowns in the office. Call to set up your appointment today or visit them online at bridgesandbucknerdentistry.com.
Since 1988, Gunkel Law Group has been helping southwestern Oklahoma families navigate the hardships that come with legal matters. Attorneys Renee Gunkel, Preston Gunkel, and paralegal Lori Anderson strive to help your family deal with the matter at hand without the added stress. No family should have to deal with these issues, but when they arise, our team that you can trust will help guide you through the process and stand beside you and the ones you care about the most. Gunkel Law Group, our family is here for yours. 106 West Broadway, Altus.
Since 1908, Cameron University has served students from all over the world. With nearly 50 degrees in 2-year, 4-year, and graduate programs, we have something to inspire you. Health and wellness facilities plus a wide variety of clubs and activities will help you find your perfect fit. Small class sizes allow you to be yourself while discovering your future potential as part of the Aggie family. Come experience the Axe. Enroll today at www.cameron.edu.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. You're watching Altus Bulldog football here live at the Rock from Altus, Oklahoma, Hightower Memorial Stadium as the Bulldogs are set to kick off. Kickoff sponsor brought to you by JD's Hideaway, specializing in hosting date nights, corporate and team building events, birthday parties, and fundraising, or any private event you can think of. JD's Hideaway. Started the third quarter brought to you by Carrick Hunter, Oklahoma Farm Bureau. Call them at 580-482-5211, here to make insurance simple for you. So, first half, hey, the positive there, Brian, was that we were driving the ball.
Yeah.
And we drove nearly, let's say, about 50, almost 60 yards there, and there's a good kick there by Victor Velasquez. And the Cash Bulldogs are going to start off on the 20-yard line. So, this is the deepest we've pinned them back, Brian.
Yeah, well, and that's the deal is we talked about it. The field position was just not our friend at all in the first half. And you saw what happened a couple of times when we were able to get them deep. We were able to make some things happen defensively and got some turnovers, did some good things there. And then, like you said, got the offense going just a little bit, picked up some first downs, had a nice drive to end the half, just couldn't quite punch it in. So, you know, when the stats aren't your friend, you just don't talk about them, right?
Yeah,
and,
that's right.
And so we got to talk about momentum, and I think the towards the end of that first half, Bulldogs started to pick up some momentum.
All right, and then it's going to be a dive right up the gut. Good wrap up there. That tackle is made by number 17, Ty of the Altus Bulldogs.
Well, already better tackling,
yes,
right? I mean, we're one play in, and we already see a little bit of an improvement there.
Yes, sir. So, again, third quarter brought to you by Carrick Hunter, Oklahoma Farm Bureau Insurance. Call them at 580-482-5211. Carrick Hunter, here to make insurance simple for you. Cash is going to have second down and 6 to go here. Hunter Glenn under center. Got 2 backs in the backfield. Tailback and a fullback, and Cash is going to take a timeout, so we're going to take an early timeout with him as well. You're watching Bulldog football with 11:14 left here in the third quarter. Score is 43-0. Altus Bulldogs trail Cash Bulldogs here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. You're watching Bulldog football. Both the Cash Bulldogs and the Altus Bulldogs, and that handoff is going to go up the B gap there. He bounced it out a little bit. It's going to be a first down for the Cash Bulldogs. And Mr. French had the tackle there. Man, big boy there on the defensive line. Been doing some special things. He had himself a full first half there, Brian. And there's another dive up the A-gap, untouched. And that fullback can run, brought down by Nick Sanchez and Cody Rothschild. Kevin, what'd you see there?
Just open up the hole. I mean, no linebackers. The linebackers weren't anywhere to be seen.
Yeah. But again, we talked about that. You talked about that, especially that this line, well, you know, with the defense that we run, they're gonna chip the guy in front of them, and they're gonna keep pursuing down to the linebacker. And heck, I bet some of these linemen would even go for safeties and free safeties if they had a chance.
I think they did there.
So 1st and 10, ball on the Cash 40-yard line, and we got a flag. Looks probably gonna be off, false start. Brian took the words right out of my mouth there. So the 5th penalty for the Cash Bulldogs puts them at 1st and 15. So we were talking about some of those scores that we were picking there in the pregame.
What's the Piedmont score?
Piedmont, let's go down.
We don't need to talk about that one.
14-0 Piedmont over El Reno. And Midwest City, which is the OSN game of the week, 20-14. Midwest City leads.
Carl Albert?
Yep.
Hey.
That won't last long, don't worry.
Oh, we came up with the ball. There's another turnover by the Altus Bulldogs.
Good job.
That's 3,
isn't it?
That's 3, yeah. That's the 3rd turn. Well, no, that's 2. The 2nd turnover for Cash. We have 3.
Well, the turnover on downs plus 2
Yeah,
fumbles.
there you go. Yeah.
All right.
So not
Let's
bad.
Just get back to what we were doing.
Let's do it, yeah. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Altus Bulldogs on the 37-yard line with 9:41.
Good job.
Get upfield there, Nick. Good job there. Nick Sanchez with the carry. It's going to be 2nd down and about 6 yards to go.
Well, a stretch play like that is always so deceptive, right? I mean, you don't know how far upfield he's getting, but a good 4 or 5 yards on first down.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you like to see to get a drive started in good field position, right? Better than what we've had.
Exactly. I think the 30 was the best that we had in the first half. This time we got it just a few yards closer, and just good penetration there by the Cash Bulldogs.
That's just a good play.
Yeah.
You got underneath the shoulder pads of our tackle there and got some penetration.
So it's going to be 3rd down and 7, looks like. Oh, no, it's still a 3rd down and a long 6, we'll call it. Altus Bulldogs come out. Bryce Kyla in the shotgun position. Taft, tailback position, trips to the right. Nick Sanchez in the slot. Looking at that bubble pass one more time there. Oh, it was there.
It was there that time.
It was there that time. Yes, it was.
He threw it a little bit behind him.
He did, yeah. He did. But again, those are things that Bryce is going to learn. Again, this is a young quarterback here, making his first start, 5A football for the Altus Bulldogs. And Kevin, I mean, you and I both played for these Bulldogs, and I can tell you, when you play that position here at Altus, it's nerve-wracking.
Yeah, it is. You got some big shoes to fill.
Yes, you do.
Well, and I want to give credit to Nick Sanchez as a young man who was at quarterback last week, gets moved, and you'd see how involved in the offense he's been tonight. No pouting on his part, right?
No, nope.
He's doing what he can to help his team.
Yeah, exactly. And he knows that, he's a special player and he's a special talent, and there's a good kick there. Let's see if we get the Altus roll.
Hey,
we
there
do.
we go.
There it is. There it is, and looks like they're going to stop the ball on the 29-yard line, so Cash is going to 24-yard line. I'm sorry. I say 29. My fault. I'm trying to write and look at the same time. Brian, that's why you're my eyes, man. Because we don't quite yet have a statistician yet. So I'm looking for
where's
one.
our yellow lines and everything? We need to get some.
Yeah, most definitely. We got to get just a production trailer. What do you say, guys?
That's right.
That would work.
Do it like ESPN does it.
Yeah, get the cables and have the camera over the field and stuff.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we'll work on
talk
that.
To Jay and Eric about
that.
They've got the checkbook.
And it looks like we got doubles to each side here for the Cash Bulldogs as they start on the 24-yard line. And, he was there, but a good little stiff arm by the running back. And, again, no wrapping up, Kevin.
Going for ankles.
That's Bryce Kyla again, Kala.
We cannot do that.
Here's my question. Here's my question. I know that Nick, playing the slot, playing the tailback position, you got Cody out there. We have all three quarterbacks out there, guys.
Yeah.
All three of them. And I know we've got some depth. So, I mean, that kind of concerns me, Kevin. What do you say?
Yeah, I agree. We just got to do a better job of tackling.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the bottom line.
Up the gap, the dive, and that is Ty, number 17, with the takedown, but he got taken for a ride a little bit.
Ty Ray.
Yep, Ty Ray. On the line, we've got Ty and French and 71. Let me see if I can.
Marco Jaramillo?
Yeah, Marco Jaramillo.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No, you're all right. And there's a handoff again. The stretch sweep play, or jet sweep, you can call it if you want. A little better containment that time. Good job by, that's number 25. That's a little, he's a freshman player as well there coming in.
Kirby,
yeah, I was thinking of Kyle Kirby. Couldn't think of Mr. Kirby's last name there. I'm running through a whole bunch of names in my mind right now.
He's a young one that's he's gonna do very well as he gets older.
Yeah, he's gonna blossom
into that body. He's gonna be big and strong and fast.
And another end around again.
There you go.
There you go. Good job. That's Michael Greer.
Nice
That's
job.
a good job.
Another youngster.
He played that perfect.
He sure did. Brought him down. Michael Greer, another quarterback who has moved from offense to defense, playing him primarily at linebacker. And let's see here. So it's going to be second down and about 12 yards to go for the Cash Bulldogs.
Well, that's
man in motion. And another dive play. A good wrap up there. And that is Kirby again. Patterson was in there. And who's the big man on the bottom?
Ty
That would be Ty Ray. Good.
Well, and a decent gain on that play, but because of the loss on first down, now it gives it a 3rd and 8, and that's the difference. The play before, Kevin said it, he played it perfectly. That's the difference on that jet sweep when you get contained, right?
Yep. 6 and some change. 6:18 left here in the first quarter. Man in motion again. There's a jet sweep again. Got to make contain. There you go. There you go. Way to wrap him up. Come on, keep a hold of him. There you go. It's going to be 4th down, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see where they mark it. It's going to be 4th and, let's say, he may have just made it back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, great job by the defense that time. Team tackle.
4th and 7.
Cody did a good job coming up from his safety position to make that.
And
not letting go.
Exactly. I was going to say he grabbed a hold of something and didn't let go.
Cody's been crashing down all night long. He's been coming in hot every time. And, I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, he sees the field very, very well.
And he comes when that ball crosses the line.
Right.
So that's the smart thing. You know, when you're playing that free safety or that safety spot, especially in a lot of cover 2 and cover 4 like Altus does, you got to make sure that you don't come up until that ball crosses the line. And Cash is going to punt for the first time this game, and it's going to take a Cash bounce and land up on the 4-yard line. So Altus is going to start on the 4.
Got it to check up. Looks like Kevin with a pitching wedge, you know?
No, that's a lot better than Kevin with a pitching wedge.
So let's count that as another moral victory there for the Altus Bulldog defense. They've got, 2 turnovers now, and then a turnover on downs, and then got this potent offense to punt. So hey, I'll count that a victory.
That's what I was about to say. That Cash has had 2 possessions this half. And they've had a fumble and a punt. So I mean, that's exactly what you want to see.
Yeah, and ladies and gentlemen, Kevin, Brian, maybe you guys can chime in as well. You're seeing an Altus Bulldog team grow right here in front of your eyes, live and in person on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Look at that hole. Way to hit it hard. He's still churning his feet. Is that Taft again?
Run.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
He's doing a great job.
Great job.
Yeah.
He is not quitting. I mean, he's yards after contact is. I mean, he's done well tonight on that.
Yeah, Tucker having a heck of a game. And he's shifty, too. I tell you what, he's hard to take down. He's not a big guy, but you can tell that he is hard to take down. And he's doing the fundamentals, Kevin. You know, he's keeping those feet churning when you have the ball, not stopping once being hit. And, those things, that's why coaches harp on that, because look at it's turning out for something positive for Tucker here. And a pitch to Nick. Cut it up. There he goes. Good job. Good move.
Way to cut back.
Makes his
First
way.
down. Oh,
yep. Let's see where they call it. Well, no. Let's not get chippy.
First down.
First down, and
that's a great
cut.
run.
Great cut.
Yeah, absolutely.
A good block by Michael Delgado, the number 14, the slot receiver there as well.
Well, you saw Nick cut that back up inside to get the extra yards and the first down.
Yeah.
He knew right where that marker was and got there.
So another first down for the Bulldogs, and guys, that's better than what we saw last week. We only had 1 first down, and we've got let's see, that is the 5th first down here for the Altus Bulldogs. I will take that every day. And that's going to go out to Fazell. He's got some speed. There it is. There's a big play by Chad Fazell of the Altus Bulldogs. First down, Bulldogs.
He's a sophomore, isn't he?
He sure is. He's a freshman last year. No, he's a junior. Excuse
me.
Is
he a junior?
Yeah, I believe so. He was a sophomore last year, yep. He's got some hands on him, too. I tell you what, Kevin, you were there at Weatherford. He made a great catch at that Weatherford scrimmage. I was just like, wow. Kala, quarterback position. Oh, keeps it. Oh, good read by Kala. Excellent read. Fooled all the Cash Bulldog defense. Almost fooled me because I was like, man, Tucker got a hit in the backfield, but what a great read by Bryce Kala.
Well, I think you're seeing now why the change at quarterback was made, right? Yep. Bryce is very accurate on the throw.
Yep.
You see what he's done tonight in the air, and then just then he makes the right read and makes a great run after that read and picks up 8 yards on first down. I mean, this is exactly what they were wanting to see from this offense.
Yeah, he's getting more comfortable, Kevin, and you can tell that he's seeing the field now, and – let's see.
The confidence is a lot better.
There you go. Trips to the left, another pitch, and good blocking. Nick is going to cut it up. There you go. Hold on to that ball. It's another first down for the Bulldogs, number 6.
Nick's running the ball well.
He sure is. Again, and that's something that Coach Kokenheier had said in our coaches show on Wednesday night at JD's Hideaway. He had said that, we're going to, even though we're moving Nick from quarterback, he's going to touch the ball. He's going to see it because he's so electric. He needs to touch it. He needs to get his hands on the football, and we're seeing that. We didn't see this last week with Nick, guys.
Yep.
We knew that he was a special player, but we didn't get a chance to see it because of the fact of, new offense, nerves, and Chickasha coming out and punching us in the mouth, But now you're seeing a completely different side of Nick Sanchez.
Watch this sideline right here.
Jace Hilton out here. Freshman.
Yeah. Good size to him. Good hands.
Catch.
Good hands. Now you got one-on-one. Man coverage. And good cut up by Nick. Nicely done.
Job.
There you go.
Nice pickup on first down, and I'm telling you, man, this is what you want to see when you've got a multi-dimensional offense.
Yep.
You're hitting them with the pass, you're hitting them with the run. Defense is a little bit on its heels right now, and you're seeing the Bulldogs put together a drive that, remember, started inside our own 5.
And we can see over here that retro number 2 is out. He don't have pads on, so
he is limping pretty good.
Yeah. So second down and 5, handoff to nope, it's a keeper again. Good read.
There you go.
Look at that guy out there, Bryce Kalla, making the right reads, getting the first down, helping his players up. Let's see, we got a Bulldog player down, and that is number 42. That's Moses.
Looks like
He may be cramping up or an ankle. So with an injury timeout, we're going to take a timeout with them as well. You're watching Bulldog football. They're driving. The Altus Bulldogs are making something of it here. Score 43-0 with 1:52 left in the third quarter. Third quarter brought to you by Carrick Hunter, Oklahoma Farm Bureau, 580-482-5211. Call them. Carrick Hunter here to make insurance simple for you. This is Bulldog football on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
It's a calling that's kept us free. It's a place to belong. What's the calling? It's doing a job that makes a difference. Serving your community and your country. It's part-time service where the impact is full-time. What's your calling? Air Force Reserve.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. You're watching Bulldog football here. We are in the third quarter. Again, third quarter brought to you by Carrick Hunter. And with 1:52 left, Carrick Hunter is your Oklahoma Farm Bureau agent. Call him at 580-482-5211. Carrick Hunter here to make insurance simple for you. It's going to be first down and 10. That was a first down run by Bryce Kalla. This is a good little drive, offensive drive that the Altus Bulldogs are putting up, and we're going to call another timeout.
Yeah.
And that's going to be Cash calling the timeout.
Calling the
so,
second one. Hey.
So we're going to take one with them real quick. You're watching Bulldog football here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Are you looking for more than just a job? Barres Foods offers a career with a competitive starting wage, opportunity for advancement, life and health insurance, including medical, dental, and vision, as well as 401k retirement plan. At Barres, you can be proud of a company that gives back to the community. But most of all, you can take pride from making a quality product. Barres Foods, the food America likes to eat. So come be a part of a winning team and start your path to success today.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network with the snap. Bryce Kalla gets it out to Nick Sanchez. He picks it up with that bubble pass, makes a move. There it is. Good job. He's going to get a good gain, positive gain out of that. And that's going to be a gain of about 5 yards. Kevin, we said it was there the last time, and you know what? We said Coach Kokenauer had a plan, and it's working. He's sticking with it.
It's just looking a lot. They're looking more. They're more consistent, but they're a little bit more relaxed.
They are, yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like, okay, it's like it's kind of starting to click.
Yeah, most definitely. So it's second down and about 5 to go. They hand off to Tucker, and he gets close to the first down, maybe first. No, it's a first down. First down, Bulldogs. A nice drive that started, guys, on the 4-yard line. Let's remember that.
Yeah.
Started on the 4-yard line, and now we are almost in red zone area, filled. Let's see, ball on the 25-yard line. Kyle again hands it off to, no, he keeps it, and there he goes, 20-yard line, nice, delivers a hit. There you go.
Way to
Kevin, you were right there.
He delivered the blow.
He sure did, and so the Altus Bulldogs are in The Red Zone. Red Zone brought to you by Ag Preference, providing responsive, innovative credit and financially related services directly to farmers, ranchers, rural home residents, and agribusinesses.
Had some guys talking to me about Bryce before the game. Said, man, he's a smart player. He's got a good arm. He does a lot of good things. They said, I'm just worried because he's not very big, so will he be very physical? Well, I think he showed you right there.
Yeah, he's
done that more than once.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, no. And did we get it back? Nope, and a turnover. That's what we can't have. That pitch was high, too, Kevin.
Yep.
We can't have that, so.
It was a little late.
Yeah.
Well, read very well by Cash. If you watch that, defensive players right there to almost take the pitch out of his hands, and then, but like you said, it was high.
So close, guys. We were there, man, and that was a good drive. Like I said, we started from the 4-yard line and turned it over on the 15-yard line. So 84 yards, 85 yards. That's not bad, guys. Not bad at all.
Just got to get it in the end zone.
Yeah. And we're getting closer, guys.
We need a W.
Yeah, most definitely.
That would definitely be that.
Yep. So a turnover on downs via a fumble by the Altus Bulldogs. And Cash is going to take over with 21 seconds left on the 15-yard line and get stuffed by the Altus Bulldogs. That'll probably take us to the end of the third quarter. Again, third quarter brought to you by Carrick Hunter, Oklahoma Farm Bureau agent. Call them at 580-482-5211 here to make insurance simple for you. That's Carrick Hunter. Go ahead, Kevin.
Another great job by French there.
Yep.
He's a strong kid.
He is. Strong, big kid. And with that, that's
What's his first name?
I will get that for you.
Dorian,
there you go. At the end of the third quarter, the Altus Bulldogs trail the Cash Bulldogs 43-0. We'll be back right after these short messages. You're watching Bulldog football here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. You're watching Bulldog football. It is the fourth quarter. Bulldogs on defense, Cash on offense. Cash, second down and 7 to go here in the fourth quarter. Fourth quarter brought to you by Chicken Express, located at 2724 North Main Street. Friendly and efficient staff. Combo and family meals with great sides. Drop by today. Hand off and another stop there by the Altus Bulldog defense. I like what I see. And with Chicken Express there, our fourth quarter sponsor. Hey, stop by Chicken Express. They got a Bulldog special going on Friday, which is every Friday, every Bulldog Friday. It's a Bulldog box for $6. 3 tenders, choice of side, cookie bread, and a 16-ounce drink. What do you guys think about that?
I swear I could eat my weight in those tenders. Oh, they're so good.
They are delicious, aren't they?
And
a quarterback keeper.
I think that was a busted play. He picked it up off the ground, just a bad snap, picks it up and tries to get something out of it, but that makes it fourth down, fellas.
It sure does. And
Time to punt.
Yeah, so right now, guys, what you're seeing a lot of the reserves there for Cash. So a lot of the younger classmen getting a chance to play with him being up by just a little bit, 43-0 over the Altus Bulldogs.
We got another Marple in.
All right, where's he at?
Number 10.
Number 10. Okay, all right. There he is playing corner.
Yeah.
I like it. And punt is up. That's a good punt. Excellent punt. What are you going to do? All right, stay away from it. Yeah.
Good decision.
All righty, let's see here. So the Altus Bulldogs set to go on offense. And it's going to be first down and 10 at the 16-yard line, or 26-yard line, excuse me.
I wish they would cut one loose deep.
Yeah, just to see.
Because I think it's been open a couple of times. But I'm not saying we are doing a fantastic job running the ball.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd just like to see what that looks like.
Yeah, and that last series there, Heston was wide open. And there's a nice little cut there. Yeah, that was a good block there. Who's getting up there off that? Is that it, Jace?
No, it was 78. JT Leha.
Yeah,
he drove his guy about 10 yards down the field.
He sure did. Nicely done by Mr. Leha there. And it's going to be second down and about 8 to go for the Altus Bulldogs. Bryce Kalla in the shotgun position. Tucker Taft in the pistol. Lined up right behind him. And a good read by Bryce Kalla. Makes a little move. Stiff arm and a face mask. Nicely done right there in front of the side official. So we're going to get, that's going to be the 6th penalty on the Cash Bulldogs. And we're going to get some yardage off of that. Going to get us just a little bit closer there to midway.
There we go.
All right, I like it.
That's the big one, too.
Mm-hmm. So 15 yards being counted off here. The Altus Bulldogs going to take over on, going to go get another 1st and 10 here at the 47-yard line. Oh, 48, you got it on there, it is. All right, let's see what we got here. Another good handoff and read to Tucker Taft. Look at him just churning and going. I like it. Again, guys, a lot of positive things that we're seeing here. The score may not be, indicative of it, but look at what we're looking at. We didn't see this at all last week, did we, guys?
No. Not even a little.
No, not even a little. And it looks like some of the adjustments that were made as we have 9:22 left here in the 4th and final quarter, brought to you by Chicken Express, have actually been really, really good improvements and changes for the Altus Bulldogs.
Boy,
Tucker again, there it is. Don't let him get loose. And he holds on to that ball, and that's a big chunk of change there.
I tell you what, Lane Pearl just demolished a guy to open that up. I mean, demolished him.
That is a 30-yard run there by Tucker Taft. And we are in the red zone again. So red zone opportunity brought to you by Ag Preference, providing responsive, innovative credit and financially related services directly to farmers, ranchers, real home residents, and agribusinesses. So let's see if we can punch it in this time. We were in the red zone just towards the end of the third quarter there, and that's Cash's last timeout. So we're going to take a timeout with them as well. Again, in the fourth quarter with 8:39 left. Score 43-0. Fourth quarter brought to you by Chicken Express. Chicken Express, which is located at 2724 North Main Street, with friendly and efficient staff. They have combos and family meals with great sides. So drop by today, especially today. It's Bulldog Friday. Get yourself a Bulldog box, $6 for 3 tenders, choice of side, cookie bread, and 16-ounce drink. You're watching Altus Bulldog football here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. 8:39 left here in the 4th and final quarter, brought to you by Chicken Express. Passes out to Nick Sanchez. Oh, he nearly slips, keeps his feet. That may be did he gain a yard or?
Short gain, yeah, looks like about a yard.
Hey, that's positive yardage. I will take it. And with just a little bit over 8 minutes left, 8:20, clock ticking down here for the Altus Bulldogs left in the fourth quarter, which is brought to you by Chicken Express. Again, it's Bulldog Friday. Go get yourself a Bulldog box for $6. It's full of deliciousness. Bryce Kalla in the shotgun position. Tucker in that pistol is going to get handed off to Tucker. Snap was low, but again, it's another half yard, so we're looking at 3rd and 7 maybe. 3rd and a long 7, let's call it.
Still moving forward. That time you saw the end kind of crash down on that side, and Taft had to make a move in the backfield like we talked about. So it's just harder to get forward on those.
Yeah, and so third down here, third and long. We are still in the red zone. Opportunity here brought to you by Ag Preference, providing responsive, innovative credit and financially related services directly to farmers, ranchers, rural home residents, and agribusinesses. Red zone opportunity for the Altus Bulldogs. And ball's out. Gets it to Sanchez. He makes it, gets it out to the outside. He's going to get that first down. Oh, we're going to have a – oh, come on.
I couldn't see what happened, guys.
They're going to call a hold on one of our receivers out there, and there was not such a thing. I didn't see it. All the white shirts were moving backwards. Oh, man, I tell you what. Well, let's see what they call here. So it's going to be a third and long here. Third and probably be about 13, 14 yards.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Got a hold. Yeah, I'm with you on that. I didn't agree, but I usually don't when it's against us. So
7:12 left here in the fourth quarter, brought to you by Chicken Express. Bulldogs no longer in the red zone. Man, that was such a good positive play too, Kevin. So let's see what they go to. We got doubles on each side. Hand off to Tucker, and he runs into his own line there. So they're probably going to go for it. I mean, Victor's got the leg. Let's see what they do. Here to be a opportune time, Kevin Bryant, to maybe run a couple verts or a couple corners for your outside receivers here.
Yeah, I've been watching Jace down here on the sideline closest to us, and he's had a step a few times. So I mean, I be nice to throw one up, see if he can go get it.
Let's see what they call here. We got a couple slants.
Oh,
and again, Bryce really had no time to throw as he had a defender right there in his face. So it's going to be a turnover on downs. Man, all that work, too. But, hey, I'll take it, though, because that was still positive yards and marching the ball down the field. So.
Well, and now you're starting to see a few drives get put together, right? Like that's what we've been talking about. And certainly you want to start finishing those drives with points.
Yeah.
But this is a huge step forward from what we saw last week, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we couldn't even string 2 or 3 plays together, let alone the whole drive. And so you're starting to see that this week.
And, guys, let's just be honest. I mean, this is week 0, week 1. These games, yeah, we would like to get the W's, but where they matter most is when we start hitting conference play. And if we can get it to start clicking once we hit conference play, I think we'll be okay.
Sure. Well, and that's what we talked about, right? It's. And I don't think there's anybody watching this game that's a Bulldog fan, and anybody in these stands, and certainly not anybody in this booth or Kevin for sure.
Yeah.
None of us want to lose a ball game ever. But like you said, these are the kind of games we got 4A opponents for the first couple of weeks of the season, and these are the ones where you can figure some of these things out. We said it earlier. This is a Bulldog team that's still kind of finding itself.
Yep.
Figuring out what its identity is going to be, and so these games won't hurt you in district play as long as you figure those things out and learn those lessons.
28-20 in the third quarter. Carl Albert over Midwest City right now. As that's
told you.
As that is a third and short, 28-20 right now. Third quarter, 4 minutes left in the third quarter.
It ain't over yet.
I know it. I'm just trying to.
You got the bomber magic coming, baby.
Hey, that was 20-14 at halftime. So Carl Albert has scored 14 unanswered. That's got to be.
And that's a quarterback keeper, and that's a first down. And we get to go and travel and see Lawton Ike next Thursday, and Ike over Mac right now, 34-28. So.
Oh.
Hey.
They haven't won since
big.
2010.
Yeah, that's big. Kevin, did the line go early on that, or am I just seeing things?
No, I think you're right.
Okay.
They went. I mean, it looked way early.
All right, now it looks like it's 34-34. 34-34 all tied up there, Eisenhower and MacArthur. And they are at the end of the third quarter as well. So another penalty for the Cash Bulldogs. It's going to be 1st and 15. Let's see if the defense can get themselves another turnover and possibly another defensive score. They had one last week. Marble, your boy is in at corner over there.
Yeah, I'm sure he's excited.
There we go.
There's some good play there.
Much better on defense. I'm telling you, this second half has been a completely different looking defense for the Bulldogs. A lot better tackling.
Yeah.
And guys in the right spots, too.
Yep, most definitely. And, you know, when you're in the right spot, things happen, and we're seeing it now.
Here's one for you.
What's that?
Bixby 35, Jinx 21.
Ooh.
I think Bixby's probably the best team in the state by far.
That's not bad.
I can't.
Jinx is 2 in 6A1.
I can't think of Bixby without thinking of R.D. Mercer.
There's another good defensive stop there by the Altus Bulldogs.
Do you remember that when he called the international terrors of Bixby?
Oh, you know, Roy D. Mercer.
How big a boy are you?
Let's see here. Just a few minutes left here in the fourth quarter. They hand it off, and a nice open run there, but a good tackle there by the Bulldogs. Not to let them have any more. He got a gain of 10 there, the Cash Bulldogs did. Again, 3:19 left here in the fourth and final quarter. Brought to you by Chicken Express. Go stop by and see them at 2724 North Main. They've got friendly and efficient staff, great combos and family meals with great sides. Drop by today. On Bulldog Fridays, they have the Bulldog Box for $6 with 3 tenders, your choice of side, a biscuit, and 16-ounce drink. That's probably where Brian's going to go here after the game. And a dive play here, and nicely done, brought down by the Altus Bulldog defense.
Hey, it's 34-34 now.
Oh. Yeah, Eisenhower and Mack, yeah. Mack scored there at the end of that third quarter. They should be good. They should be in the fourth quarter. Let me refresh my app here. Clinton putting it on another 4A school, putting it on Woodward right now, 26-7.
Piedmont still up on El Reno,
17-7. And, yep, still 34-34 for Mack and Ike, and oh man, just right up the C gap there. Got a good 10 yards there. Man, I tell you, man, I mean, Cash is stacked with players all the way. I mean, their first and second string, and even some of their third string guys. And I'll tell you what,
they're big.
Coaching the junior high right now, we saw their junior high team as well, and oh my gosh, they've got size coming, guys. So Cash going to be good here for the next few years, most definitely. And it's 1st and 10. And another dive play. And they're going to blow the whistle as there is about 9 Bulldogs on the fullback there. So with 50 seconds left and counting, the Cash Bulldogs line up in victory formation as the fourth quarter is going to come to an end. The score of 43-0, and
that should be it.
That should be the end of the ball game. Again, fourth quarter brought to you by Chicken Express. Go stop by and see them, 2724 North Main Street. Friendly and efficient staff, combo and family meals with great sides. Drop by today, especially on Fridays, for Bulldog Friday specials and Bulldog boxes for $6. And in that, you get 3 chicken tenders and a choice of side, a biscuit, and a 16-ounce drink. That's the way to be. Chicken Express, we want to thank them. They handed out some shirts this morning and some this here pregame. And
it was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was, during pregame. And man, we just want to thank the staff out there at Chicken Express for doing awesome. Again, guys, Cash, a good team, man. Kevin, I know that you're pretty high on them, and you're probably going to pick them for 4A state title winners, maybe, huh?
No, I don't know about all that. But I will tell you, they're going to be tough. They're going to be tough to beat.
Yeah.
I mean, they better be ready to play when they play them.
Yeah, most definitely. And so we're going to take a quick break as the fight song as the alma mater is playing right now, and we'll be back with the post-game show, which is brought to you by the Patterson family in memory of superfan, the Altus Bulldog superfan, Big Daddy Patterson. We'll talk about tonight's game, and Brian, I hope you've picked out a player for our player of the game tonight.
I got you a good one.
All right, good deal. You're watching Bulldog football here on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Bridges and Buckner Dentistry at 1802 Northwest 52nd Street has over 32 years of combined experience. They serve Southwest Oklahoma for implant placement and final restorations using guided surgery and CEREC technology. This enables them to do same-day crowns in the office. Call to set up your appointment today or visit them online at bridgesandbucknerdentistry.com.
Welcome back to the Oklahoma Sports Network. You're watching Bulldog football, and this is the post-game show brought to you by the Patterson family in memory of Altus High School alumni and superfan Donnie Big Daddy Patterson, who was an avid Altus athletic supporter and Altus Bulldog fan that was always present, rain, sleet, or snow, both home and away. We know that Big Daddy Patterson is looking down on the team and cheering them on this season. Brian, man, another tough one, but another great 4A team we faced today.
Well, absolutely, and we said it. You know, Chickasha was a great football team last week. This was an even better team in Cash that we saw tonight, and so a couple of 4A opponents in a row. And look, we talked about it all night long. The scoreboard doesn't show it. It's very frustrating to fans. I'm sure there's lots of folks out there that are going, what are you talking about? What do you take away from a lopsided loss like this that you can say anything positive? But if you watch the game, you know exactly what was happening here tonight. You saw that improvement on offense and on defense. You saw some good things from these Bulldogs, and so I think you really have a lot of reasons to be hopeful as the season moves forward, because what did we say? This is going to be a team that's going to improve every single week, and I think you saw that in spots tonight. As we said, last week we were putting maybe 3 plays in a row together. Tonight we're putting drives together. We weren't able to finish them. That'll be the next step. But so far I think you have a lot to be proud of in the sense that you're seeing a team improve right in front of your eyes.
Yeah, most definitely. And we talked about that during the game as well. Is that these first 3 games are tough. They're going to be tough. We face a good Chickasha team, and then of course with Cash coming into town right now, and I mean those guys are going to be tough. They're big, they're physical, they're fast. A really good Cash team. But you know what? The adjustments that were made during the week after last week's loss. Coach Kokenhauer had made it, had made it known that he's going to come in, going to make some changes. He wants Nick Sanchez on the field regardless, and we saw Nick playing running back. We saw Nick playing slot. We saw a quarterback combo of Cody Rothschild and Bryce Kalla, and Bryce Kalla may have worked his way into a starting quarterback position today.
Absolutely.
Which is fine because Cody is such he's an integral part on that defense as well.
Well, that's right. And you saw Cody do some great things tonight on defense. We bragged on him on what he was doing at safety and how he was playing defense. I mean, listen, Cody can help this team in so many ways. But I think Bryce took the steps tonight to be that starting quarterback for the Bulldogs for the rest of the season.
Yeah, most definitely. And the Altus defense, I know that the score says 43-0, but I mean they caused two turnovers, so that's 8 on the year.
Yeah,
8 on the year in week 2. You can't. I mean, come on.
And listen, I count the turnover on down, so I'm going to give them 3 for tonight. So
yeah. Now Altus did cough it up 3 times as well. So I mean, there's some things that we got to work on. 2 of those were interceptions. Another one was a fumble. But they're getting better week in, week out, and by the time so here's the great thing, guys, is that we play Lawton Ike next Thursday, okay, at Lawton Cameron Stadium. But then we have a bye week. We have a bye week going in to our district play, which I think is going to, benefit Altus.
Oh, absolutely. That's the kind of stuff, like we said, this team needs time. That's all they really need is time to, number one, find out who they are, figure out what kind of style we're going to have and where our players fit within that style. And we're seeing that happen these first couple of weeks. And, again, I know both of these games have been pretty lopsided. No Bulldog fan is happy about that. But, again, as you look through these first 3 weeks and then go into that bye week, you're talking about 4 weeks of improvement before we even get to district play.
Yeah.
That's great for a young team with a new coaching staff and all the other challenges that we've been facing this year. I think that all of those things line up well for the Bulldogs to be able to start to do some nicer things as we get into district play.
And you know what? I mean, we've seen a massive improvement from week 0 to week 1. We had a total of 8 first downs. We drove the ball from the 4-yard line 85 yards.
Yeah.
And it was in the red zone multiple times tonight, So, I mean, things are turning up for the Altus Bulldogs, and things are coming together. And I'm telling you, stick with us, folks. We knew that this was going to be a rebuilding year. We talked about it, Brian, last year, that we're losing a lot of core seniors that were just leaders. But talking with Jace James, who was our senior spotlight player for the coaches there for our coaches show Wednesday. I mean, just listening to him talk. There are a handful of seniors in there that are coaching these boys up and helping make sure that they follow on with that tradition that Altus has set forth for years now. And, I mean, I'm telling you, things are going to work in our favor, I guarantee you, come district play.
Absolutely. And that's the thing that when you're trying to put together a season, that matters more than anything. And, again, we said it already. We don't like losing ball games. But as you move forward, those are the games that matter more than anything. This is sort of like preseason in the NFL or however you want to look at it. These games are going to obviously be part of your overall record, but they're not going to count against you in the district play until you get to some of those crazy tiebreakers and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
but that shouldn't be an issue this year.
No, not at all. I tell you what, it's going to be fun, ladies and gentlemen. So we're glad that you're on for the ride. But as we end out this post show, which is brought to you by the Patterson family in memory of superfan Donnie Big Daddy Patterson, we have to let's see tonight. Who is your player of the game? Our Tamarack Dental player of the game.
Well, listen, we talked about a handful of them already tonight. I always like to give some honorable mentions out. Yeah. And for me, one of the guys that really was a surprise and a standout tonight was Dorian French.
Yeah.
How many times did we say his name? And we talked about how strong he is, pulling guys down with one arm while he's being blocked. Yeah. I mean, just got to give him some credit. I want to give him an honorable mention. Yeah. We talked about Nick Sanchez as well, the great things Nick did. And a lot of players can't handle being pulled out of a position that they started the season in. Yeah. And Nick showed you tonight that he's capable of doing that. He's got the mental capacity to do that, and he still wants to help his team. Really, really proud of Nick. Really, really proud of Bryce. We talked about him taking the steps to maybe step up, be that starting quarterback from here on out. But my player of the game tonight, Tucker Taft. I'm telling you what, unofficially, I went to my stats guru, Ryan Lewis from the Altus Times. Unofficially, 9 carries for 75 yards, guys. And that's with a line that we've been working on. Mm-hmm. It's an improving line, but it's not a great one yet. And so I'm telling you what, getting 75 yards against a good Cache football team, I'm really, really proud of what he did tonight. He's my player of the game.
All right, your Tamarack Dental player of the game. Tamarack Dental, 801 East Tamarack Road. Over 25 years of taking care of Altus, where smiles are their specialty. Tamarack Dental player of the game, number 20, what is it, 21? 21, right. Tucker Taft. So congratulations to Tucker. Last week we had Cody Rothschild. We're going to keep it coming, ladies and gentlemen. We want to thank you for joining us again this coming week. We have a short week, guys, as we play on Thursday night at Cameron Stadium in Lawton, Oklahoma. Now, this will probably be your only way to watch that game as Lawton is only giving out 1,000 tickets. Okay, 500 per each side.
They've been really serious in Lawton, and I know our school system has done a great job handling the virus and all the other things as well. Lawton has taken some extra steps as well, so going to limit capacity over in the stadium, so it'll be a little bit different over there.
It'll be a little bit different, but I guarantee you can catch the game here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We'll be live at www.oksportsnet.com or download the app on any of your devices, whether it be a tablet, a phone, or your smart TV, whether it's Amazon Fire Stick or Fire TV, Roku TV, Apple TV. You'll be able to catch the Oklahoma Sports Network and follow your Altus Bulldogs. Check into the Oklahoma Sports Network fan page as well, as we will be posting scores throughout the night. OSN Final Score, which is brought to you by Wayne's Drive-In and Remax out there. So, again, man, tough loss. But, man, I can tell you some positive things, Brian, some positive things that I seen. We may have punted quite a bit again this time. But you know what? We were in the red zone quite a few times. Our line was blocking 75 yards running. Come on now.
Yeah. And that's not even all of them, right? Because we know Nick had some of those yards as well. So, I mean, I'm really excited about what we saw tonight. Again, in spite of the final score and in spite of the things that all of us are frustrated by. I think there's, again, things to build on. I saw improvement from week 0 to week 1. And I think you'll see improvement into week 2 as well.
Most definitely. We want to thank you for joining us. Again, don't forget to log on and watch us for our coaches show, which is going to be Wednesday night, 7 to 8 p.m. We're live at JD's Hideaway. Had a great coaches show last week, talking with head coach Dan Kokenhauer, of course, and senior spotlight was on Jace James. And this week, I don't know who I'm going to have. It may be the athletic director, but I'm thinking I'm going to try to reach out to the new hire for the Altus High School softball team and see if we can get her out there to join us. So, again, thank you for joining. We will see you Wednesday night for our coaches show, 7 to 8, followed by the following day as Altus takes on Lawton Ike Thursday night at Cameron Stadium at 7 p.m. Again, you've been watching the Oklahoma Sports Network, Bulldog Football here on OSN. This is the Patterson Family postgame show brought to you by Superfan Big Daddy Patterson. We'll see you next week.
The Raiders Edge at 1207 North Jackson in Altus, a family-owned business since 1967 with over 100 years of experience. Offering men's haircuts and shaves, open Monday through Friday, 7:30 in the morning till 6 in the evening. From just a simple old-fashioned barbershop haircut to the newest styles. Drop in today. The Raiders Edge at 1207 North Jackson in Altus, Oklahoma. Get a haircut.
For over 3 decades, the law office of Latham Nelson, Martin, and Kincannon has been known as a small-town firm with a big city practice. Recognized in the Oklahoma Association of Justice magazine as movers and shakers in the courtroom, the firm has recovered millions of dollars for their clients with injury and bad faith insurance claims. The firm practice also includes probate, real estate, divorce, adoption, bankruptcy, and general civil and criminal litigation. Put the skill and experience of the attorneys at Latham Nelson, Martin, and Kincannon to work for you. Offices in Altus, Mangum, and Lawton, Oklahoma.
Are you looking for more than just a job? Paris Foods offers a career with a competitive starting wage, opportunity for advancement, life and health insurance, including medical, dental, and vision, as well as 401k retirement plan. At Paris, you can be proud of a company that gives back to the community. But most of all, you can take pride from making a quality product. Paris Foods, the food America likes to eat. So come be a part of a winning team and start your path to success today.
brings high-speed internet to the greatest town on earth. Yours. Where your life story is written on every street corner. At Sparklight, it's where we call home too. So the place you're most connected to is the place where you're connected to the world. The place that means everything is the place you can do anything. Sparklight, high-speed internet comes home.
It's a calling that's kept us free. It's a place to belong. What's the calling? It's doing a job that makes a difference. Serving your community and your country. It's part-time service where the impact is full-time. What's your calling? Air Force Reserve.
Looking to replace that stove, refrigerator, dishwasher, or microwave? Look no further than Moco Appliances and Lighting at 3100 North Park Lane in Altus. Moco is the first choice for contractors and should be your first choice as well. Plus, see Moco for all your lighting needs, from fixtures to ceiling fans. Let Ricky Kevin take care of all your electrical, mechanical, and HVAC material needs. They are your one-stop shop, Moco Electric, at 3100 North Park Lane in Altus.
Bridges and Buckner Dentistry at 1802 Northwest 52nd Street has over 32 years of combined experience. They serve Southwest Oklahoma for implant placement and final restorations using guided surgery and CEREC technology. This enables them to do same-day crowns in the office. Call to set up your appointment today or visit them online at bridgesandbucknerdentistry.com.
Since 1988, Gunkel Law Group has been helping southwestern Oklahoma families navigate the hardships that come with legal matters. Attorneys Renee Gunkel, Preston Gunkel, and paralegal Lori Anderson strive to help your family deal with the matter at hand without the added stress. No family should have to deal with these issues, but when they arise, our team that you can trust will help guide you through the process and stand beside you and the ones you care about the most. Gunkel Law Group, our family is here for yours. 106 West Broadway, Altus.
Since 1908, Cameron University has served students from all over the world. With nearly 50 degrees in 2-year, 4-year, and graduate programs, we have something to inspire you. Health and wellness facilities plus a wide variety of clubs and activities will help you find your perfect fit. Small class sizes allow you to be yourself while discovering your future potential as part of the Aggie family. Come experience the Axe. Enroll today at www.cameron.edu.